Hello, everyone, and welcome. What is sure to be a marvelous Monday. I hope you all are doing super well. Steven, welcome back. If you've just been watching our Marvel content, you were gone last time that we streamed Marvel.
Yeah, I just started watching the other day.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I can get into the content. You did a great job solo.
The solo stream. I was like, what are you talking about? The Bo Burnham special again?
Oh, man, I love that thing. My gosh, you guys need to watch that. That is one of the greatest comedic social commentary 2020 millennial things that has ever been made. I actually told Robert, just to go ahead and kick this off with nothing but controversy.
Yep.
I think that performance is like a Mozart level performance when it comes to comedy. We all know Dave Chappelle is the master of comedy, but what was happening here is a different kind of like
next level.
It really takes you on. I described it to somebody. It's both sides of the theater masks, right? It's the smiley mask and the frowny mask, perfectly melded together. It's wonderful. So anyway,
It's like the drama
it.
symbol.
I think it's fantastic. It's fantastic. All that to say, Marvel Champions. I'm back. I'm happy to be back. You kind of loaded us up here with a title that I just now read. So tell me everything.
YOLO.
What are we changing?
So I played solo a couple weeks ago, and I was playing Star-Lord. So the new packs had come out, Star-Lord and Gamora, and we hadn't played them because we were sticking to our Rocket and Groot campaign.
Yeah, and Star-Lord is like the get encounter cards that do better.
Yep.
Better thing.
Yep. And it's pretty wild. I beat Drang, like skin of my teeth, but just kind of loaded up the encounter cards and went for it, and it happened to work out. But I played solo, and I kind of arrived at the same place that we arrived, which is the second scenario in the campaign.
Misery?
Is the Collector.
Yeah.
And, actually, so I played the Collector for the first time off camera with a group of 3.
Okay, yep.
And I really enjoyed that experience, both the Drang and the Collector, the first stage, because Drang had the whole ship thing going on. It's very different, right? You have to balance different things. And then the second was Collector, and it's like, oh, you can't just play like we've always been playing.
Yeah. Which is great. Technically, that's good.
And in fact, so that group, we normally play, like we've been doing the heroic challenges. So that group, we just normally played on expert. Mm-hmm. People have been saying it was hard, so we actually just played it on standard. And I was like, this is great. This is super great. And then when we were live playing the Collector for the first time is when I realized that you also add the collector's cards to the collection.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That'll make a difference.
Which totally changes everything. But we'd done like 3 weeks, you and I, playing Rocket and Groot, and we kept trying to beat the Collector.
Yeah.
And I was playing solo Star-Lord, so it's like, okay, we'll see how it plays in solo. And there's a certain part of me that likes to be optimistic, most of me.
Yeah, there's a big part of you.
Which is like,
this part.
As the physical
the
part. The
whole thing.
Anyways, part of me is like, okay, Guardians of the Galaxy is this big team of people, right? Mm-hmm. And so in the same way we got those like pairings, like Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, and then we also got Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah.
It's like these are supposed to be played together. So Rocket and Groot are also kind of a duo, but they're a part of this Guardians of the Galaxy team. So there's an element in me that wants to say, be optimistic and always say, hey, the designers designed this. They're professionals.
Those are true statements.
They know what's going on, and they have been going on podcasts saying, in testing, we felt like this was A-okay, right? So then it's like, well, what were you testing? Like, how did this work? I'm just genuinely asking questions. And I won't be able to test this theory because I don't have a 4-player group that gets together regularly. But like, I would love to see what this campaign feels like when you have 4 people.
All 4 Guardians, even.
Potentially, because seemingly I would build them to be pretty synergistic with each other, and that could be fun, right? You have cards that benefit all the Guardian characters, and kind of like you had all the Avengers early on and all that business. All that to say, I think if you watched the last stream that Steven and I played together, this is kind of where I want to start. So I tore everything down.
All right, give me. Oh wow!
I tore all the decks apart. I haven't organized the collection in a while because we just were riffing. Mm-hmm. We had our Scarlet Witch Quicksilver stuff before this, which I really enjoyed that phase of time against Kang. You remember that?
Yeah,
those
that was
days?
fun.
That was a good
time.
Time
Lord, yeah.
But essentially, we had started with Rocket and Groot, and we're trying to stick to Rocket and Groot. And then I was starting to be like, well, maybe we'll just stick to Guardians of the Galaxy. Mm-hmm. Let's see. But the thing I kind of landed on last time, and I'm curious to get your thoughts on this as well, on the solo stream, is that this feeling is starting to build for me, because I remember back to the earlier days of Champions, and part of what I think was appealing to me about this game in comparison to Arkham, I also love Arkham, we've been playing Arkham, is it's more like movies than a TV show. So we could literally show up and it's like, well, today we're playing against the Wrecking Crew.
Let's see what happens.
These are the heroes. And then if that doesn't work out, let's toss those heroes to the side and try new heroes and try new aspects. And it's like, how do we actually like adjust how we're doing this to beat this challenge? Almost every time it involved Doctor Strange at the end of the day. But
that was because on Heroic.
That was because we're on Heroic,
It's
which is
like,
not necessarily.
It's not even a game. It's just a spreadsheet.
But, and at a certain point we're playing Heroic, it's like, well, how long is it going to be before we play Doctor Strange? And then how long is it going to be before the right series of cards pops out that we win? So you kind of get disillusioned over time. Because early on, there were a couple where it's like, I felt like Ultron. I remember playing Ultron Heroic. Mm-hmm. It felt like we figured out everything we needed to do to win. And also we had to find the right moment that would happen to make that. But it wasn't lopsided.
You know what's interesting about this when you're saying it is like I'm landing on kind of where I landed on Lord of the Rings. It's the same thing, right? It was like, okay, I've got this deck that is all spirit and it's going to quest for 82 every turn. And if we need it, I'll play it and I'll win.
Yeah.
Right? And you play that tactics deck and we have the synergies that are just greater than the sum of their parts. And no matter what the game is trying to do, it doesn't really matter because we know that like this is the best the player cards can get.
Sure.
And they're always going to overcome the challenge or it's just impossible. So it kind of got to that point where it was like, well, I could play lesser things, I guess, but also this is the strongest thing, so I'll just play that.
But the campaigns are kind of fascinating to me at this point, actually, in Champions. Because, we've started the game and it was like campaigns didn't exist. And we had that experience. And then it was I always said all my hopes and dreams are in that box, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Rise Red Skull. It's like, okay, the
Red Skull's pretty good.
Campaign's going to like take this to some next level and it's going to be enlightening and it's going to be amazing. And I did. I really enjoyed the Rise Red Skull. And there are concepts in Galaxy Most Wanted that I like. I like the idea of the market. I like the idea of buying stuff. I like the idea of weird challenges that aren't just the standard curves that you're used to evaluating cards on.
Well, and to be honest with you, I actually quite like the challenge of trying to figure out one deck that can take all of those villains on. Now, I don't know if that exists. I mean, I assume that there are those decks, probably like the Captain Marvels and the Black Panthers and
just
the classics. Decks, but it is nice because like I feel like we had to manually do that. We would like tweak up a villain in a way that it would make us change the way that we thought about the game. And that campaign is like, oh, you have to like you can't play allies anymore. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But let's try to find a deck that can do all of this. Yeah. And it's just not Groot and Rocket, I think, is the problem.
Well, that's another devastating piece of the problem. Because Groot and Rocket, particularly together, they both need to build a certain amount, right, to be where they want to be. Some heroes just can turn on from step one. And so because they both need to build, Galaxy Most Wanted to me notched up the difficulty. Like, I think we could play on standard and it would feel like the old expert days.
Yeah, maybe heroic days. Honestly, it's tweaked
on
up.
Expert feels like heroic day.
It's tweaked up.
Like what we were playing felt as hard or harder than what we were playing when we were back on like Rhino Heroic 3.
Especially if we're sticking to Rocket and Groot.
Particularly.
Yeah. I think it's the combination of those two is what you're getting at. Is like the campaign is tweaked way over what you would expect and the heroes are tweaked under, given the needs of the campaign. They're not capable of handling it in a way that is consistent.
Reasonable.
Yeah, reasonable.
Those two, particularly on expert, maybe we're just not very good at the game, and that's possible too.
We're always okay at things.
I would hope we're okay enough, given how much we played, to like. Yeah. Eventually, it's not even that. It's like I can look at the match and be like, eventually we'll get this. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to look at Collector with the decks that we had, and it's like there is not a reality where this ever comes together in a way that we win. But the main thing for me is that I started really last time questioning the campaigns in general in Champions, and I've had some more thoughts since then. I'm curious to get your take as well. But it all eventually gets to the question that I want to ask you.
All right.
Because I would genuinely like to know the answer.
Are you finally going to propose?
Dang it!
So we've been waiting 15 years,
all right,
man.
Cancel the candles.
This whole business has been a facade.
But the real question, and I think this is important to ask, is particularly, of course, when you're playing a cooperative game with a regular group, I think this can happen. I've seen this happen. So it happened to us in Lord of the Rings. Eventually, it wasn't fun anymore.
Right.
Because exactly what you said is like I had, literally, it's the deck I found that I'm returning to my friend Comstock. Not really returning. That's a long story. Anyways, I'm going to give him those cards because he's going to use them.
I'd love to know that story.
But I had this Aragorn, Arwen, deck that it was really good. It did what it did, right? And it was fun, but then like you try something else and it's not as good, and then you need something that's better for the challenge. And again, it's the same thing at this point with us going back to Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Captain America.
And
I think those are the hits, right?
There's others.
Yeah. But really, Iron Man, if you need to pull it in, it depends on the challenge.
All that to say, the question I think we need to ask in this very moment is, what would we actually enjoy doing at this point? Because what I would not enjoy doing is continuing to tweak Rocket and Groot or trying to find specific heroes to come to the table and beat the challenge of Collector 2 on Expert.
Okay.
That's not super appealing to me.
It's a new life. It's a new world. What happened?
There are things...
You have a stroke?
I just got
You were the guy... I mean, you were pushing Heroic 3, like you loved it. And now you're like, I want to have fun.
I'm cool with the Heroic challenge. I would even do Galaxy Most 1 on Heroic.
Okay.
But I'm immediately saying I'm not playing Groot.
Right.
I'm going to go play Captain America.
Right.
Or I'm going to play...
We have to have heroes who can rise to the challenge.
I think we were trying to have our cake and eat it too. Going back to that analogy, if you've been listening to the podcast, which is playing thematic heroes that are new and interesting and different against new villains at presumably the peak difficulty of the game.
It does seem like it was hard. It would be hard to imagine the game getting harder than the various challenges in a row on Expert.
Yes.
I mean, you could Heroic 1 GMW. I just don't think...
Well, from what I've heard, the Collector Stage 1 is not even the most difficult challenge.
Yeah. We haven't even got to Ronin yet.
There's two other scenarios, Nebula and Ronin, that are like... So the reason I say all that is things I would enjoy doing. This is my options, right? What I would have fun doing. But I think that was where the stream title came from.
Okay.
It's stepping back and
approach.
We were kind of boxed in.
New approach.
And I don't want to be boxed in anymore. Because we can do whatever we want. Like a few options for me. I'm cool to be very thematic and be like, let's play Guardians through this campaign. But if we're going to do that, at least from what I've seen with Rocket and Groot, and I've heard Drax, who we're packing up right now.
Let's talk about that news. That's exciting.
About more energy here?
I sent the old email there on Friday. Turns out, for whatever reason, the release date of that pack was Friday. And that also, I think, coincided with the day that it was received here at Covenant.
We got it late on Friday, I think.
So it's hard to ship out a product in accordance with a release date when you get it after your shipping time on that same day.
Yeah.
So what's confusing about this is typically it's like, a week or so beforehand, as is kind of standard retail practice, get inventory in, have the ability to get it kind of boxed up and ready so you can get it out the door or to serve customers locally, brick and mortar, on its release day. So if those things are arriving on the release day, that's very difficult to do. In fact, not possible. So we're having to now sprint to get all of that out right now. Yeah. And that's happening in the background.
I literally got here this morning. The ops team was already in the house, nice and... you could tell they've been at work for a while,
Yeah.
Packing that up. So those are all should be going out today. If you have tracking, that should start updating today or tomorrow.
That's something that annoys me very greatly.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of coalescing.
There's so much wasted work for no reason.
Yeah.
It all goes down the hill. So much wasted work in this particular industry. Could be the same with all of them. Now, obviously, there's knock-on effects of COVID and those kinds of things. I get it, but it's not exactly like these issues were solved before the pandemic. So I'm just saying we could all do so much better if everyone just did a little bit better.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, it was a wild Friday. Sending out all of those delay emails and whatnot just kind of resets your total impression of like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was super stacked up.
How can you build a brand in this space that is worth anything when everybody around you?
It's a challenge.
Anyway.
Well, especially because we're everything under our control. We're tripling down on to make sure. Like as an example, it came in and literally that day. I think we got that in the L5R pack. In the L5R pack, we actually were able to get out the door.
Yeah.
In like a very small amount of time. So it's a challenge. But if you are a subscriber, we appreciate you sticking with us and being patient. Those are going out as soon as we possibly can. I don't even have my Drax pack yet. I usually get the one at the very end of the
The last one on the line.
End of the line.
As it were.
So, you know.
I open that door up.
Yeah, it's getting warm in here. All the heat coming from
our... the tape and we just... Oh my gosh, there's a lot of packs going out.
Yeah, this is the whole boat. But yeah, we always work to get those out as soon as we possibly can. And appreciate you bearing with us through the ups and downs. And also on the USPS end, we've been seeing they apparently are severely understaffed right now for reasons that aren't worth necessarily going into. But if you do end up, it sticks for a minute in USPS, just hang on. We're literally getting out the door as fast as we can, and then it's up to them. At that point.
Is it true? Is the following true? This is kind of the image in my head, is that there's a ton of incoming mail that needs to go places, and there are not enough people currently at the Postal Service to process all of that mail. So what I think is happening is the USPS drivers coming to our door, scanning all the packages, throwing them in the back of the truck. Okay, great. Usually that's the end of the process for us.
Yep.
And then they're putting all those packages in giant wheelbarrows, taking them out to the edge of town into the greatest amount of abandoned space that they can find, and then dumping them in a giant pile.
Into the old warehouse.
And then somebody comes along, maybe one or two people with a scanning device,
yep,
and basically hits packages in an insurmountable pile, because obviously if you can't package today's things, now you're further behind tomorrow because you have to sort through yesterday.
That's right.
So it seems like this is a fundamentally scary problem for USPS to be having right now.
Yeah, because from what we heard last week from someone that works there is they gave a bunch of employees PTO for COVID relief and
like 500 hours.
Didn't put any restrictions at all on the use, and so about half the staff just took off. And I don't know how accurate this is. They're not obviously publicly talking much about this.
Sure.
So we literally the example we have, we're in Oklahoma, but the person was from Ohio, Alex, saying their package is being picked up from Cleveland, taken to Akron, Ohio, to be stored in a warehouse until the staff get back so they can process it.
That's just incredible.
And just sitting there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's
at every turn
been quite a ride. But one thing you know is that we are always going to do everything we can to get these out the door as soon as humanly possible.
Alex says sounds about right.
Yeah.
So I think that's accurate.
Yeah, there he is, our inside source.
We're with you, Alex, man. We hope it all gets solved. There's so many things out of so many people's control, and that's the most frustrating thing.
Yeah, and it is a bummer. You know, that's one reason we are so focused on getting that stuff out the door as soon as possible. We know exactly what it's like, as we are currently doing right now, to be waiting on the next thing that you're expecting to come out, the thing that you're excited about, like Drax as an example. I know a lot of people, I saw someone earlier say it's everything Hulk should have been, which gets me excited and sad all at the same time.
But apparently Hulk's fine. Didn't you hear that on the podcast or something?
Episode 82 of...
You really did listen to the podcast, though.
Yeah, I did. I was curious what the designers were saying about Hulk, and either, again, I'm like, all these signs are starting to coalesce into maybe the same sentiment. Either I'm really bad at the game, or the whole time I'm listening to the podcast, I'm just like, how? How are you saying this?
Well, I think you're bad at it.
Yeah. And I'm willing to accept that possibility.
Which makes me worse. So
I don't know about that.
Maybe we should recenter the content around two awful players trying their best. And honestly, maybe that would be better content.
Well, that's why I'm here. So here's what I'm thinking. Here's a handful of things. I think we either dump the scenario or the campaign.
Okay.
Forget about it. And then we literally just say...
Never happened.
What new villain would we like to challenge ourselves against today?
But it could be a villain from Galaxy.
Could be Ronin. Maybe we'd be like, forget the campaign.
Yeah.
Let's just play the Ronin scenario and see how we feel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we can play that on whatever difficulty we can do standard, just to take a peek.
Yeah.
See how it goes. And it's like, let's just try that on expert, right? Whatever.
Here.
Step one.
Okay.
Here's the second
Give
thing.
me another option here. I've got an option for you.
We can also go through Galaxy's Most Wanted on standard.
Yeah.
Play whatever hero you want.
I like that a lot.
Have fun. Play jazz. Pick any hero you want. Did I mention you can pick any hero you want?
Any hero we want, yeah.
Yeah. Looking at you, Spider-Man. Anyways.
You want to know my realization, given what you just said? I don't think I like the Guardians of the Galaxy. At all. They have never been interesting to me. Which is strange. Because they're kind of right in the pocket. But it's the most off-putting of all, which is like lovable, popular tier 2, and it's like, I don't know, like that's not the point of tier 2. Popular. That's not what I'm looking for. But I grew up loving comic books. I grew up collecting hero cards and whatnot. not once did the Guardians of the Galaxy have an impact on my early childhood, unlike most everything else that is available hero-wise.
Well, let me see. When did Guardians of the Galaxy...
I think that it feels fairly recent. I mean, it's just like a raccoon with guns is fine. It's just not... It's not me. That's not what Steven's into.
1969.
And there are certain people that are into it. And that's great. I just don't think I like... Sometimes, you have to come to the terms with the fact that you just don't enjoy the character you're playing. Well, like, if I was playing Flesh and Blood and I was playing Wizard the whole time, I'd be like, yeah, I hate this game.
So I actually really do like Rocket and Groot, which it's kind of a sandwich. Maybe you're not thematically interested in it. I am, and I'm disappointed by it.
Oh.
So I'm playing Groot, and it's
Star
like...
Wars situation.
It's kind of like Hulk.
Oh,
it's like
right.
I was so amped for Hulk. It came out, I played it once or twice, and I was out. Because, it's just sad now.
You don't think Groot has the good? You genuinely just think it's under the curve?
I think Groot is great.
I thought it was interesting.
In certain scenarios and on certain teams. The fact that he and Rocket both kind of need to play a longer game is less exciting for me. Because it's like, it's kind of like if Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver didn't feel like they were complementing each other super well.
Yeah.
It's like, these need to go together. They were packaged together. Someone in marketing knew they should be coming out at the same time. But, I really want them to really sing.
Yeah.
And not just sing, they are synergistic, but strategically, they both kind of need the same thing.
Time.
It's not like someone can take the front of the game. It's like you pair someone with Iron Man, right? Or like your Thor deck. I think I switched to Spider-Man explicitly to keep people off of Thor.
Yeah.
Until Thor was ready to be Thor.
Yeah, and we genuinely enjoyed playing. I don't think it mattered what the scenario was. I enjoyed playing those decks.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could take Rocket and Groot into anything, and I just still wouldn't like it. I just don't like playing it.
So then you add on top of that.
I said it out loud.
You don't like playing it. You don't feel like you can win.
Yeah, that's the double.
And what are we even doing here?
I want to be playing this forever. Well, why don't we play decks we want to play?
So that definitely needs to happen.
In Galaxy's Most Wanted Standard. I'd at least like to see the whole experience.
I'm more than happy to go to Standard and see how we feel. I'm also happy to, depend on the heroes we pick, if we're picking heroes we want to play and I feel like they're both really good heroes that work well together.
Yeah, well, I don't like playing not good heroes.
Well, you do, though. As an example, Doctor Strange, really good. Black Panther to me is tier 1.
Yeah.
Thor can be tier 1, but he's definitely tier 2.
These are all the heroes I like.
But if you're on Thor, I'm not going to be let's do expert.
I don't know, man. I think Thor might be he's got some new cards. No, we shouldn't do expert. Galaxy Most Wanted expert is equivalent to heroic 1 everything else.
So let's start on Standard.
Standard, Galaxy's Most Wanted.
So let's get all the heroes out.
Yeah.
And let's pick heroes, and then we're going to build some decks. That's why I sorted all these cards.
Roll some dice.
And we'll go from there.
I'm going to choose maybe 2 to 3 that I really enjoy, and then maybe kind of randomly
decide from there. Now, I can also choose 2 or 3 I really enjoy, and then we can see if there are any 2 that we both like that would go together well.
You know what's actually weird is that the original heroes still are so awesome to me. They're still the ones that I think about when I think about wanting to play Marvel Champions.
I mean, they are the classic heroes.
But She-Hulk isn't classic. She's that perfect tier
right
2
in the
hero,
pocket
right?
you, yeah.
But she's still good. That's the key thing. You have to have... It's like in all the greatest TV or movies or whatever, they're always great because everybody involved is awesome, even if they're not the most popular thing. I feel like that in Avatar Last Airbender is one of these things where they will stumble upon, even Pokemon's like this, you'll stumble upon a random person and they always have something good to offer, something they're the best at.
Yeah. They do something uniquely good.
Yeah, it's this trainer's the best at fire spin. And it's you found your niche.
Yeah,
cool.
You have this one thing that you do well.
Which to me is more attractive.
Things I know you like. And then I'll ask you on certain things.
I think I'm just going to play Black Panther, man.
You got any Ant-Man interest?
Latent?
You can say no.
No.
I'm going to say no.
I don't.
She-Hulk? I know you like She-Hulk.
Yes, I do like She-Hulk.
I know you like Thor.
I do like Thor. I need to revisit that deck. Oh, I got a really nice comment on that deck. Hold on a second. Let me pull that up.
Let me find the compliment about me.
Yeah, so let me share the compliment of me with everybody.
Yeah.
Thor.
Here's BP. You like Hawkeye too, right?
I love Hawkeye. In fact, Hawkeye may be the right one here, because I haven't played Hawkeye enough.
You also like Miss Marvel.
Check this out. This is relevant
Aren't
to
all these heroes you just like more?
Yeah,
That's
I like
funny.
all of these.
No one's playing Captain Marvel. No offense.
Captain Marvel is also kind of in the Doctor Strange pocket
Just cheese,
for me.
Cheeses.
It's a good Gruyere. It's good melting cheese.
I'd think about Black Widow on the right week.
Listen to this comment. You ready for this?
I haven't seen Iron Man in a while either.
On Thor, we were swinging here. After 2 very exhausting playthroughs of Galaxy Most Wanted on Standard with all the Guardian characters, my partner and I went back to the beginning playing Rhino and Claw and Expert. I used this deck... So this is so relevant to us, actually. I used this deck
Did you plan this?
Swapping the second combat training for a Deft Focus and Hulk for Angela. It was such a pure and innocent joy to throw that hammer every time the car showed up. Most fun I and we had with Marvel Champions in weeks. Thanks for the deck. That's why you do it. That's why you play. That's why you post the deck. So if you wrote that comment, thank you. I'm looking up your name now. That means everything to me, El Flepe. Okay. Anyway, I kind of want to play Thor, too.
Mattis says you have to do Thor if you have Drax's pack. We
don't have it. Don't have it. No.
Might get an on-camera delivery if we're lucky.
Don't have it. Okay, let's think about this. I haven't given Miss Marvel enough of a chance, and Miss Marvel's great.
Mark, I just have my characters sleeved, so the heroes in a clear, their encounter cards and obligations in white, and their signature cards are in black, and then it's the Ultimate Guard Archive 800. You can find them on our website that I store all those cards in.
Lindsay Lohan, the author of that comment, Steven's mom. That's right. You did good. You did good, son.
All right.
We're all very proud of you.
So look at I get so happy when I see these. You want to go top down real quick?
Hawkeye's kind of a worse version of Strange, right?
He does this thing. Here's my top 6. You see? I have so much fun with these.
Yeah.
This is the most challenging. I'll go least fun to most fun. Did it.
Wow. Wait, who's on your most fun?
I think Scarlet Witch and Spider-Man are most fun.
Uh-huh.
Spider-Woman's close behind. I'm really happy Captain America is actually good.
Captain America is real good.
I feel almost like I'm cheating when I'm playing as Captain America.
Yeah, that's that fine line.
Yeah,
it's impossible to design it well because if it's too good, you feel bad playing. If it's too bad, you don't want to play it.
I would rather him be a little too good than under the curve. Honestly, he's right where I'm happy where he ended up. But when I'm playing, it's like he makes my life easier, so I feel less compelled. But if we were going expert challenge Galaxy Most Wanted, I'd be like, yeah, let's go.
Let's go, Captain America.
He's my dude.
Not. All right, I'm gonna narrow it down here. Oof, I like all of these very much. Okay. I love Thor. I love all of these. I can't choose. They're like my children.
Well, let's talk about pairings, of course.
Okay.
So obviously Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are a nice, fun, thematic, good group.
I'm not doing Quicksilver again. I've done no Quicksilver.
All right, she's gone.
Done.
Sad.
That doesn't mean you can't do Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, I know. She's still just over here. I love Scarlet Witch.
I mean, yeah, it's chaos magic, man.
It's so good.
It's everything you could ever want. I've got an inclination to Hawkeye. I don't feel like I really have explored Hawkeye as much as I should. That was kind of a weird period of our Marvel Champions playing. These two in particular. In fact...
Is Black Panther in the Captain America spot for me?
Yeah. Black Panther's the parachute if I'm falling to the ground.
But it's funny because I don't think Captain America or Black Panther are they're not this Doctor Strange level.
No,
but they're just a peak of how good we play.
Yeah.
Or we would want to play.
They're at the peak of mid-range. Mm-hmm. Whatever that means.
They're definitely tier 1
that talk about that. They just do a little bit of everything, and they do it all very well.
They do it excellently.
So if you recognize what needs to happen in a particular scenario, they're capable of adapting to it. Look, they're 2/2/2s right down the line. I mean, it's exactly right. You can adapt to the scenario based on what you need.
Oh, you know what's cool? If you're not playing Quicksilver and I do play Scarlet Witch, I can play the Quicksilver. Oh, her signature ally isn't dead anymore.
It's Quicksilver.
It's actually a playable card.
Yeah, what does it look like?
4 cost, 4 health, action, ready him once per phase. So he can go fast.
That's fine.
Obviously,
but 4 is heavy.
Yeah.
For an ally.
Well, she can play a card for free. So
that helps. Also, if you had a 2 thwart on there, a 4 for 8, I mean, it's good, but otherwise, what are you doing with that card? Why does
I think this is leadership extra health, extra thwart.
Give him bonuses. Yeah. Go
running
faster,
down.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cerebral Archer. Talking about
Ooh, you know what he's also
Green
good
Arrow?
for?
Green Arrow? Is that what Ollie is? That show was actually phenomenal.
He's good for blocking
For a couple of...
minions.
Yeah?
So he can block one, but then he's not just done on your turn.
True.
He can ready and actually still
You
do
can come back and do something.
Torres says you can't see us.
Oh, right. We need to get a little thing here.
Oh.
Thanks for saying so, Torres. We're back. You got the box. Jeffrey Bays. I think I've decided on Hawkeye, man.
All right, remind me again what you need in a good partner with Hawkeye.
A lot of moral support.
Captain America's here.
I feel like Hawkeye is kind of like...
Eat your vitamins and say your prayers, kids.
I feel like Hawkeye needs like a lot of hugs and stuff. Just the character. You know, it doesn't seem like he's probably a little bit more angsty on the spectrum of superheroes. Like he needs to be told that, hey, you're still a superhero too. You know, you just use a bow. You know, one of those.
Yeah, you still.
It's like I'm the god of Asgard, and he's like, I practiced when I was a Boy Scout.
You haven't seen it, but that reminds me of the. Maybe you have seen it. Thor is with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
And haven't seen it.
Star-Lord is like.
I have
saying,
seen that.
I'm the captain, and Thor's like, of course you're the captain, of course you're in charge, and then like no one believes it, including Star-Lord. It's very funny.
Count me in, man. One day I'll see all those movies.
A lot of people saying you need to play Thor at some point, but after Drax. So once we get the Drax back, you'll have to look at Thor again.
Okay. Well, I mean, that'll be a long ways away if we should just wait.
You just want to go home?
No. We could just play Thor and then swap the cards in next time.
Oh.
When we had it. Okay.
Jackson, the character cards that look like comic books, those are promos they do from time to time?
Or did, at least.
I've seen some-ish recently-ish. A lot of times local stores can get them. Most of these were like gifts or someone just send them in. So appreciate it.
So Hawkeye's like just basically I can do whatever needs to be done.
But does he do a lot of damage?
Yeah, I mean he can. So this is an AoE arrow. This is a crisis like remove threat arrow. This is a stun arrow. This is a confuse arrow, and this is a damage arrow.
Do you have any inclination as to what aspect you might pair with that?
That's the crazy thing. It can be anything. He just shoots arrows.
What's his health and defense at?
He has a bow. 9. He's a 5'9". 6'9", 5'9". Standard, like, kind of weenie
Just
agility hero.
Human.
2 attack, which is fine. I mean, he's going to be readying his bow most of the time. Really, you know, what makes Hawkeye really good is... I know this is going to be a surprise, but...
Go on.
Card draw. Because the more arrows you have, the more you can shoot, you know.
Interesting.
And then also blocking. I mean, he's a 9 hit point, needs to be in hero mode to shoot arrows kind of thing, so that's a problem. That's why he's got Mockingbird in his signature pool.
Yeah. All right.
Hawkeye aggression, apparently?
Yeah, because he's got the weapon, so your main swings are really easy. But I remember you not liking that for some reason. You want to hand me the heroes you're not...
He's got 3 attack with the bow, that's right. What's that?
You want to hand me the heroes you're not using?
Yeah, but I don't want to put... I still like... I'm going to keep 2 of them out just to look at them.
Okay.
I'm not convinced yet. Miss Marvel and Thor are still very high on the list.
All right. I'm also down to 3. So I'm down to Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, and Spider-Woman, and I realized my favorite heroes seemingly start with S.
That's why we get along so well on the stream.
A lot of times are dealing with spiders or witches. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know what that says.
Maybe you're just evil.
I don't know. He looks really friendly though.
Like a lawful evil. No, you're not lawful at all. You're like a neutral evil.
Neutral evil.
Chaotic neutral. No, you're good. You're
Captain America, and he slants it real right back to justice.
Yeah. If Captain America had just a little bit of, he's grappling with the kind of like, well, I guess that's kind of the character, right? He's grappling with the kind of ethical philosophy that he holds about what's right, and then it's constantly a conflict of like, but if he would just sacrifice this in this moment, he could kill Hitler or whatever, and he's like, no, but I can't because I have to be a person. I've got to follow my code. Classic alignment problems there.
That's true. Catalyst says Cap's first name does begin with an S. Steve.
Oh, well, hey.
We have a theme.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to play Hawkeye. I'm committed. I loved him in that weird Avengers Jabimbo game or whatever it was. That was my favorite character.
How is he not a spy? I was going to say Spider-Woman because she's a spy, like Hawkeye, and then he's not.
It is a surprise because he's kind of got this like Burn Notice intro pose going on.
Does it say S.H.I.E.L.D. on the other side?
Yeah.
He's as good a spy as you can get without actually being a spy, I guess.
Well, it'd be too strong, I guess. He could run Spycraft or whatever it is.
If I play Spider-Woman, then I can play Spycraft. That's really why we're here.
That's hilarious. You can see what you get. Link, you're at saying I added pulse grenades with mean swing from Hawkeye. It gives you multiple weapons to swing with when you can't pay for arrows. That's kind of cool.
I'm currently leaning towards Spider-Woman.
That's a lot of deck building challenge right there, though. You up for it?
Yeah.
It's exhausting to build a deck on stream.
It's not that crazy. I can do it.
We say that every time.
I can do it.
All right, let's do it then. Hawkeye aggression. I'm going.
You're going aggression?
I'm going aggression.
All right, so I'm not.
I don't know. Double aggression. Let's just see how fast we can get there.
I think I have built this before. Play the good cards.
But no, you gotta get out of your mind here.
Get out of your mind.
Think differently.
Well, I'm thinking about that second stage of Collector, honestly. And I think to myself, this Captain Marvel ally with a lot of healing would be very good.
Are you going to block for me the whole game?
Maybe. Do you need blockers? I chose the wrong spider for that.
I don't know. I mean...
The thing that Spider-Woman does immaculately is... Where's it at? This Pheromones card.
Mm-hmm.
Stun and confuse an enemy.
So... Our main avenue is going to be control. Because I've got stun and confuse on the arrows as well.
We're just locking people down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's play to that then. Stun lock, is that what the kids call it these days?
I think you're on it.
Knowing that probably...
That name slaps.
We're really going to be able to age gracefully with all of our daily activity being recorded for the next 10 plus years.
It's kind of terrifying. In the event that either of us have kids, can you imagine going
just
back
have a
and
child
watching
and be like, I'm not going to tell you anything. Just go watch the log.
You can literally find out how my whole life went.
Yeah.
What I was wearing, how I looked, what I was talking about.
Yeah. What was on my mind.
I love
particularly in the context of games, I guess. I'm not recording the more sensitive things.
This a good question coming from, love the screen name, Mom Gamer 101.
All right.
I don't know if you have a channel, but I'm interested to see what that would look like. Sleeves, these are katanas. So if you go to our website, they're from Ultimate Guard. They're one of our favorite sleeves. My two favorites are katana and then Dragon Shield Matte. There's a lot of good sleeve options, but I basically buy a bunch of the black and white sleeves. I put all of my hero cards in the black sleeves and all the encounter cards in the white sleeves. That's why, like, I have Spider-Man or Spider-Woman with the clear, because she is a double-sided, of course. But then the obligation and then the encounter cards that come out when you flip the alter ego, or what do you call it? Nemesis? Shadows of the Past card? Are on those same white sleeves that the encounter cards go in.
Stalwart, is Stalwart printed on the stuff or does Stalwart, can you like get rid of it by like discarding cards or whatever?
I haven't sorted the neutrals yet. I'm going to go brush my teeth. I have Invisalign, et cetera, et cetera.
Your kids are going to know that.
They're going to know.
That was when Dad was improving his face.
Yeah. Your teeth haven't always looked like that? Whatever teeth I have left.
Yeah. I don't know. Sorry, kids. All right, now there are some cards here that I actually haven't seen yet. Like Looking for Trouble is the card that I haven't really seen. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Engage it, remove 3 threat. So, does Hawkeye have any advantage to engaging minions? Does he have overkill arrows or anything like that? Piercing, so he discards tough. Confuses and stuns. He does have that AoE, 3 damage to the villain and each minion. So it's not terrible, but it's hard to plan around these 2 cards. I'm not sure that minion play is what Hawkeye is looking for. So let's just put that in the probably not pile. Mean Swing, we like Mean Swing. Put that in the probably pile. Skilled Strike, interesting. It's always interesting to me. Moment of Triumph, I really like it with Overkill, but I'm not convinced that Hawkeye is the Overkill guy. I don't necessarily think that, based on this card pool. We really need to just keep things cheap. Isn't that the whole point here? I'm going to spend all my money on arrows and then attacks and defeats. If I play an event, I'm attacking and defeating an enemy. Remove 2 threat. Chase them down is always fine, but it's not great. What's up, Alex Kaiser? Good to see your name in the little window there. Don't need you'll pay for that. That's not enough. Change form, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Okay, surprise attack. How often am I changing form? His alter ego ability is garbage, and his recover value is bad, so we don't want to do that. Okay. Pay for that. Yeah, surprise attack. Don't need that. Press the advantage. Yes, this is the card I'm looking for. 2 damage to an enemy. If they're stunned, confused, draw a card. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's what we need. Toe-to-toe, not for this. Browbeat. Am I an Avenger? Of course I'm an Avenger. Everything's an Avenger. Deal 2 to the villain. Deal X additional damage equal to its stage number. No. At best, it's a 2 for 5. What is the point of this card? Does anybody understand this card? 2 for 5? Just like a slightly cheaper uppercut if they're on stage 3? Is that really what we're paying for? This isn't right, is it? Okay, Michael, it's just bad. Got it. That's what I needed. Relentless Assault. I feel like that's a fine thing in the pocket. I do agree, historically, Mean Swing was a problem. Piercing Strike. Don't need that. Melee. Don't need that. Drop Kick. Kind of plays into the stunning thing, but I'm not sure. That's heavy. That's expensive. Into the Fray is not terrible. So, looking at these cards, I'm starting to kind of feel like I need to bring in aggression cards that deal with minions so that I can spend my time arrowing the main villain. That's the way that it's starting to look. Jarnbjorn is a constant maybe okay card.
Right there with Hall of Heroes.
Man, it's always like maybe.
So you're going aggression, right?
Yes, but I'm not sure why yet. Haven't seen anything that's like super tantalizing for Hawkeye.
I mean, he's got the weapon built in, right? But you need to exhaust the weapon to use the arrows?
Yeah, you got to use the weapon anyway. So it gets weird. I mean, he goes to 4 attack with combat training, so he's like kind of in the pocket of okay swingy heroes, but you can do that in any. I mean, you can go to 3. It's kind of like if your entire card pool is doing damage with arrows, maybe you should pick up non-damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort these just so our lives are easier. Yeah, that's really. I mean, that's always the question, right? But
yeah.
There's a version of us playing this that is, lock him down when we can, and then punch for as much as we can, whoever the villain is.
Yeah.
And just go. Which I'm not necessarily against. Am I missing anything?
Brant, yeah, saying Browbeat an expert is 2-5, which is very good. It's okay. It's a conditional 2-5 if they're on the final stage. And even then it's just damage. I don't feel like that's good enough anymore. It's like 1 less for an uppercut is not how you're winning expert.
Sure.
In my mind. Of course, I'm not really winning it anyway. So.
Of course, we're not playing expert.
That's right.
Take that scenario.
Yeah, I got him. See, Lion Weight's pretty good, I think, here.
What's it do?
It's especially good because you can't play the most valuable card in the game, which is actually Hawkeye the Ally.
Yeah, we better be doing something for that exchange.
Lion Weight After your minion engages you, discard it, deal 3 to the minion. That's something Hawkeye probably needs because you want to be shooting the main villain. You don't want to have to waste time with the main. Hand cannon is not bad here.
Another weapon, right?
Yeah, +2 overkill. You can mean swing with it if you need to.
Okay, so that would take you to a 6 with overkill.
Okay, it kind of feels like the kind of hero who would have a gun.
It definitely has a
as
gun.
An archer.
And is like little side pouch.
Does he actually? It feels like he's betraying the bow.
I feel like it would not. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled a gun at some point. Does he have a gun in the comics ever? Let's start there.
Oh, surely. He's the kind of guy that would shoot to solve problems.
There are versions of that character that would not be against murdering someone.
He could also run the neutral, hey, how are you package.
Yeah, always.
But, if you got nothing else to do, that's a fine thing to do.
Which, if you got nothing else to do,
you could run Tac Team, which is actually better than it used to be somehow in my mind, which is scary to me. All right, then Power of Aggression. That's fine. Okay. So,
chat saying that yes, at some point he did have a gun.
Okay. Then we're playing a theme.
That's right. That's why you decided to do it. Really, though, the weapons, if you're going to be running, what's the card that gives you plus if you have a weapon?
Mean Swing?
Mean Swing. Sometimes you use your bow and sometimes you won't use your bow.
Yeah. On the turns where you don't have the shot.
And so you can exhaust that weapon instead, which is interesting. Man, I said this earlier off camera, but every time I actually sort all of my Champions cards, which is rarer and rarer these days, there's less cards than I feel like there are. There's just not that many options.
Just not a lot of cards. Okay. Only so many ways you can work the numbers, really,
Well, that means at some point they'll stop putting new cards out.
No, they won't. They'll make Browbeat version 2.
Upgraded.
Brow's a bit heavier. Okay. Now, what am I actually going to do?
That's a good question.
Plan of attack. Okay, plan of attack sounds like a good idea. I like the words there, but I don't see that card. Is that a neutral card, plan of attack? Is it on the screen right now? Can it be? Bryce? You put plan of attack up there?
He's working on it. I can feel it.
Do you feel him typing right now?
Yeah.
Or is it not in the, maybe it's a made up card? It looks a little dark.
Maybe it's not out yet.
It's a little dark.
You ever think about that?
Why does this always change? I don't understand. Plan of attack, okay, it is a red 0 coster. What if you just don't have it? You don't have it. Unless I already got it out. You don't have it.
I don't have it.
You don't have. Is it from the? Is it from that one pack we don't have of Gamora?
Here we go. Hold on. This is from the pack that happened when you were gone.
Oh, more uppercuts?
Look at that Godslayer though.
Oof. Luckily, I was running low on uppercuts there.
Yeah.
I like a good vanilla. Okay, Godslayer. When your hero makes a basic attack, it's a unique enemy, exhaust +2.
I've made a mistake.
That's pretty good. I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll have guns, swords, and bows. I'll be like a late stage Dungeons and Dragons setting.
Nailed it.
Load my arquebus. Dive bomb. 7 enemy, 1 damage. No, that's not. We're not paying for that. Angela. Search the top 10 cards for a minion. Put it into play. Shuffle the encounter deck. If discard. No. This is for Thor.
What is it?
It's an Asgardian that goes and gets a minion. Yeah. Clobber. Deal 3 to an enemy. Return it to your hand. Now, this is what I'm talking about. I like this card. 2 for 3. That goes back to hand.
Read it to me.
Deal 3 to an enemy. If it's the first card you played, return it to your hand.
Okay.
And Hawkeye doesn't seem like the kind of person that needs to play cards before playing a clobber. event, right? Because there's no like alter ego cards that have to play it and then flip up. So I like that card. Plan of attack. Search the top 4 cards of your deck, or 7 if you're alter ego, for an attack event and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Are my arrows attack events? They absolutely are. One of them is, 2 of them are, 3 of them are, and six total arrows: electric, sonic, and vibranium. So my confuse arrow, my stun arrow, I'm going to do plan of attack.
Okay. So that was the card.
That was the. This makes sense, right? Go get an arrow, and that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
You also used to have the cool Hulk synergy, but then they took it from us.
Oh, where you knew the top card or whatever? Yeah, that was too strong. Definitely don't get a free 2 damage.
If any Hulk card ever should be good, make it not so. I'm just being cheeky.
Yeah. Plan of attack is good here. This is actually something to center a deck around.
We have arrived.
I like it.
Also, look how many copies of these we have. Doubles.
You know, at the beginning when we got the core set, we were like, man, we're going to need more of these. And then they delivered. Now you can wallpaper your house in them.
That's right.
If you like them that much.
I'm about to use them as fuel for the fire.
Okay, cards that are actually extremely relevant. Plan of attack. The end. Press the advantage.
And you only need 25 cards. Those go quick, especially once you start adding neutrals in.
Is this... Yeah, this is worth having, right?
I feel like for some reason it used to be on Earth's Mightiest Heroes with this deck.
What does it say?
0 cost, exhaust an Avenger character to ready an Avenger character. So you exhaust an ally to ready Hawkeye for some reason.
And then Hawkeye raises the bow and then shoots another arrow?
Yep, that sounds about right.
I don't know. That seems like dreaming, honestly. I'm going to do a couple of Lion Weight because it's 1 per player.
If you will, it is.
No, I'm going to do 3, man. I'm going to look at it. I'm not doing Drang. I've made up my mind.
These are campaign cards. I was like, why do I only have 1?
What's up, Dana Carlson? Good to see you. What's up, GT Lime 1? Good to see you.
Can't you feel the rejuvenated energy in the room?
Yeah.
I think they call that hope.
Michael, there will be an arrow in the top 4 or the top 7. I need something to do when I'm an alter ego. He's got nothing to do. So, like, if you have to flip down to heal, at least you can search the top 7 for an arrow. It's my thinking, at least.
We both know you're not going down.
Also, I mean, like, I'm going to have other attack events, like press the advantage and whatnot. So it's important to have those as well. I think Clobber. I like Clobber. I want to use some of the new cards here. Martial Prowess? Really? Yeah, see, I tried Martial Prowess the other time, and it was not good. Because, like, by the time you've got 2 expert marksmen, it's like you can pay for every arrow for free. It kind of loses its luster there.
For one brief moment, we had a fully organized Marvel Champions collection, and it was beautiful.
I'll keep it organized. Where's these pulse grenades? What is this?
Those are neutral. I just saw those.
Yeah. See what those are going on.
And I know exactly where they're at.
Christian, that's a good plan. It just doesn't always work that way. I would like it. Mean swing for the bow is super hard, Adrian, because you use the bow to shoot arrows. So it's not like Thor where your hammer actually isn't doing anything aside from passively buffing. Your bow is actively exhausting to do things. So you often have a big conflict between, do I play mean swing or do I shoot this arrow this turn? Which I'm not into. Now, if you add pulse grenade to the mix.
What's pulse grenade do?
2 cost, discard it, choose an enemy, deal 1 to the chosen enemy for each boost discarded. You discard the top 2. So your average is going to be like 3 to 4 damage. It's fine. That's fine. Is that fine?
It's a question.
I mean, you know, it's right there on the math, isn't it? Could be a 6, could be a 2, could be a 0. If it's a 0, though, oof. Yikes.
Spider-Woman.
Yeah, I'd have to have a lot of attack events, Alejandro. That's correct. Well, but if we're playing Pulse Grenade just to sit there and get exhausted for Mean Swing, then that doesn't seem worth it, does it?
So you have to... No.
Maybe.
I mean, not when you already have so many weapons.
You could Mean Swing with Pulse Grenade and then discard it to use it. That's interesting. It's a big moment, I guess.
Listen to your heart. What feels right?
I don't know. It's all like the same, right? It's all the same math. So hand cannon is 2 for
it
plus 2.
It is a non-restricted weapon.
Yeah.
So you can have it out on
just
top.
Have a lot of them out. And... I forget. Hawkeye actually has trouble paying. Like, I don't have any money in the deck, do I? No, it's all just arrows. So I think with Hawkeye, you are going to try to up your ability to pay for things, or you're going to stay to a very low curve. So I think you either run the neutral suite and go like up into Helicarriers and Mansion, which is nice because the more cards you draw, obviously, the better a deck is. Or you just keep everything really low like we did with Thor.
Seems 2 valid ways to build a deck.
That's right.
Now, do you have any cards in here that would stun? Those made it?
Anything that's in the stun. The only thing I haven't done is Dropkick. Because I don't think I can afford a 3 cost. But I do have Press the Advantage. So if they are stunned, they have the bad stuff happen. And then there's one other thing that involves stunning that's somewhere. I can't remember. It's in the deep brain.
Is it a ally?
Where was that? Well, Spider-Girl's trying to confuse a minion. That's not exactly it, is it?
This is a weird card. First hit, it's got Agent Venom on it. It's a protection card that costs 1. Hero action, deal 2 to the villain. Or an interrupt when a minion initiates an attack, deal 2 to that minion.
Okay, so we've got a little double up there. Can be a little bit of everything.
That's cool. I have a way to get Ariel, right? Yes, I do.
Now, wasn't there a weird way for me to stack my deck or something? Is that what the quiver does?
It doesn't something look at the top 5, but now you shuffle?
Oh, you shuffle afterwards now.
Used to you didn't.
Yeah, used to be you looked at the top 5 with a quiver. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Plan of attack might not even be needed.
Wow. True Grit's crazy. Protection card. After your hero defends against an enemy, remove threat from the scheme equal to your hero's thwart.
Oof.
So, like, Spider-Woman sometimes get to, like, 4.
Dude, they're getting better at these protection cards. Drax, Rocket, Groot. I have a Mockingbird also. I'll put a Mockingbird in the pile here. Spider-Man. Spider-Man's fine. I'm gonna look. You know, there's a piece of me that really just wants to maximize events and kind of run it like Thor, but with a bow instead of a hammer.
Is that your low-cost version?
Yeah, I think so. But that Godslayer is really nice, too.
Godslayer is really nice. +2.
Yeah.
What was the thing giving you overkill?
I don't have anything in the kit that does that.
This thing? Was this it?
Hand cannon, yeah. I think hand cannon's probably worth it. Because you're looking at, let's say you go to 4 attack, you swing for 6 with overkill, like that's going to solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But in fact, let's just make that.
Multiple birds?
What's a bird? Mockingbird's out. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of why the person who has Mockingbird, the ally in their signature pool, is maybe better running it. Because like the likelihood that I draw both of those out of my deck and then like I can make the decision in the moment and just say like, oh yeah, I'll play this one instead of that one.
Yeah.
If I happen to draw on both, whereas like you have a harder time planning around me playing a Mockingbird at some point, and so it's a lot easier for us to hose each other.
Yeah, he's got Moment of Triumph over there.
Yeah, direction is hard here because like really Hawkeye is just about shooting these arrows. So I do think that my ultimate goal is deal with minions with this card pool. Relentless Assault deals with minions. Clobber, fine. Lion Weight deals with minions. Press the advantage, nice double up attack. Plan of attack? I don't know.
Let me read this thing.
Moment of Triumph, you probably include it. Vibranium Arrow.
I love Plan of Attack.
Yeah.
It replaces itself.
Assuming you find something.
Assuming you find something. I love it.
Da, 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 da.
I mean, you surely are going to have attacks out your ankles.
Right out my ankles.
Straight out the ankles.
Coming right out of there.
All right, so you're definitely going aggression.
Aggression, attack events, etc., etc.
Spider-Woman's so good.
Let's go aggression, low cost.
She's so good.
Do you want a combat training?
Sure. I have cards that ready me.
Okay.
Extremely well.
Ready me.
So I would accept that transaction.
Gotta play all these cards, you know. All right, so I'm going to take out anything that's 3 cost, except for Godslayer, which I will have in the deck, hate drawing, and then complain about.
Great.
I'm not doing Chase Them Down. It's not big enough. Skilled Strike? Yes. Mean Swing? Maybe? Oof. I do feel like I should have Mean Swing in here. Yeah. Let's do Mean Swing. Let's do Mean Swing, Skilled Strike. We got the gun. I see how you could do this. This actually is making some sense. Yep. Okay. Looking good. Hercules, no. I don't want that many minions engaged with me. Thor. Deal 2 or 3 to the villain. No. 4 cost? Crazy. Tigra. That's on my minion killing plan. Hulk. You gotta love Hulk. You always run Hulk, right?
I love Hulk.
Brawn, 3 for 5 is fine. Could soak for Collector. Not terrible. Valkyrie. Currently do not have enough lightning bolts for you. Oh, there they are. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe. Probably not.
I'm looking at some weird stuff here.
Good. Good. We like the weird. 4 cost Sentry. Too much. Spider-Girl. Are you playing Spider-Girl or Spider-Woman?
Spider-Woman.
Okay, so Spider-Girl.
You got that neutral Spider-Man in here?
Standard confused. Do I have it currently?
You don't have to.
I don't currently, but I can.
You know, we just get all the spiders.
When for each you overpaid. Why is Wasp so weird all the time in this game?
Always.
Just so strange. Place 1 Pym counter on her for each lightning bolt. So that's going to be my Valkyrie stack. Bug. Bug's great.
Bug is great.
You love Bug. Put him right in the collection. Okay.
Actually, he's good at staying out of the collection, right?
Kind of. I mean, he's not doing anything if he's staying out of the collection, I guess. After your hero makes a basic, you heal 1 from Bug. So you could block a 1-attack minion and then
or you
heal
can
him.
like remove 1 threat. You do your basic thing, heal him.
True.
Forever.
Like the way you're supposed to use him. Nice.
Nice.
Genius.
Big brain time. Big brain time.
Genius.
This is just kind of interesting.
She-Hulk, too much.
Isn't it?
Costs too much. I think it's just a low curve Hawkeye reality that we're getting into here. And only 5 cards most of the game. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, David, I've played that deck before. I'm just considering what I want to do.
All right, where are you on money? Are you going to be spending a lot of money? Are you going to make money? You're not running neutrals, right? Isn't that the kind of the thing of you?
I don't want to run neutrals.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at what might work here. Yeah, Ironheart. It's kind of weird that you can only play the neutral Guardians if you have the Guardian trait.
It is a bummer.
It's like I feel like every other ally I can pair with other stuff. Like, oh yeah, because Captain America never worked with the Guardians, right? Like, why would you ever put that restriction in?
Yeah, well, you know.
I think it's more fun if you can just play the allies.
We can do whatever we want
because they're allies.
We can blank that line.
We're not that.
I'll get some white out.
We're not that
permanently change those cards.
Earth's Mightiest.
They all have Avenger.
Yeah, there's like 3 of them have Avenger.
There's 4 of them.
That's 3.
No, the Guardian.
That's not enough. That's not enough. Assess situation, no. Warning, no. Emergency, no. Order and chaos, no. First aid, no. Flora and fauna, can't. Athletic conditioning, no. No? Maybe? This is actually an interesting card now.
What's it do?
1 cost, discard a stun or confuse from you here. Let's just put it in the stack that I'll eventually not take. The rescue, no. Swarm tactics, no. Recuperation, no. Why is it an alter ego action? It would have value if it were an alter ego action or a hero action,
but alas,
I mean, it makes sense. It's fine. Beat 'em up, no. Hit and run, 3 for a 2/2. It's not awful, but man, that's expensive. No. Invulnerability, why are you so expensive? Honorary Avenger, no. Deft Focus, don't have superpowers. Use a bow. Resourceful, discard, generate a money. Weirdly, maybe. It's the card I love because it has so much green on it. Honestly, I can't look away from it. I'm like, my gosh, I love the way this card looks.
It's vision.
We don't have the vision here yet, do we?
No.
It's going to be busted.
Yep.
It's going to make Doctor Strange look terrible.
It's either going to be busted or unplayable.
Yeah.
There is no in between for
There's
that.
no, for things that are that strong in reality, the universe of reality.
Yeah. In the fictitious real world.
Yeah. Target acquired. We're not playing that yet, are we? It's kind of good in this whole campaign. Those boost effects are brutal, man.
When the boost effects hit, is bad.
I might need some 1 cost. I gotta look at my average curve here. Remember when people were playing all these pay 2 to gain 3 money cards? The like enhanced awareness and stuff?
Apparently they still are.
That was a dark time. That's why we're not winning. We're not playing those guys. And then all Guardian owned. That's one of the weird things about this campaign too, is like all the cards are kind of siloed into Guardians only.
It's true. How many? 15? 25? So I got around 13 of each?
I have no idea what you're saying.
Just checking my math. It's getting weird up in here.
That's right, Ben. There was a time I didn't play Downtime.
Downtime.
It probably should still be that time. I've played it the past like 5 games and have not done well.
Well, there may be other reasons.
No, it's Downtime.
Okay.
Clearly.
I believe you.
Duh.
I see you.
What?
I hear you.
There's only one variable that we changed. Downtime. Downtime.
So, interestingly,
I like it on the little guys.
Spider-Woman's best cards are her signature cards. Shocking.
Wow.
So, I'm kind of liking running protection for mostly these 1-cost upgrades that go into play and stay into play. Because she needs to be able to play multiple colors, right?
Yeah.
Like her Finesse is a wild resource for an aspect card. 2 for 1 every turn. So if you have a bunch of 1s, these make them free, obviously. But
I see you too know math.
One thing I like about all these 1-cost upgrades out of protection, she needs to be able to play the cards on her turn and not while she's defending to get the boost to her stat.
So you can't play reacty protection.
Right, but you can play upgrade protection, which if you look at all these cards...
That's a cool idea. You get to play the cards that are good that we always get talked out of.
But then I don't have to play the rest of the protection suite, except for the one I'm looking at is Never Back Down because it stuns the enemy.
It's so good.
+2 defense and stun the enemy is...
that card is MVP, man.
I need to pull out allies that might work as well. Some of these are really good.
I agree with you, Lanky. I think we're going aggressive Bowman.
Old Bowman. Cooper?
Paul Bowman? Yeah, Cooper Bowman. It's actually somebody we went to high school with.
That's right.
All right, so can we do the math on a 5-card hand again?
Go on, I'm listening.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it.
What? Tell me what mathing.
What do we play? Resource cards. You can play a 2-cost and a 1-cost with a 5-card hand. That doesn't seem right. No, there's no way that's right. No, that's a 6-card hand.
No way, not even close. A 2-cost costs you 3 cards.
Play. Pitch.
You can play a 2-cost and a 1-cost with a 5-card hand.
That's right. Okay, yeah. I did that right.
Yeah, because the 2-cost is going to cost you 3 cards, and a 1-cost is going to cost you 2 cards.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So I think I need a mix of 2-cost and 1-cost cards, because all of my arrows are 2 or 1, and so if all of my attack events are also 2 or 1, now we've got... This is flesh and blood math, man. It's the same thing, because the resources are the cards.
We're back.
Whoa.
Yeah, Josh, I do have Ever Vigilant and True Grit here for that exact reason. I also have my allies that I am stacking out. I'm not going to run this whole suite of cards. I'm just getting the cards out I might actually play. And then I'm torn between Justice and Leadership.
As you always are.
As you're wont to do.
I'm not running the pumpers. Are we okay not running Quincarrier, Helicarrier anymore?
I'm not running them.
Are we cool? We're cool then now.
We're the cool characters.
Okay.
We have a lot of finesse here.
We play the cards that we have, not the cards that we will have.
Yeah.
But I love these cards.
You know.
I'm going to put them in.
There they go.
Take a look.
People saying clobber?
It's in there.
It's in your stack.
That changes your math. That lets you get to a 3-cost. Your 2-cost now, or a 2/2 really is what it looks like. I'm actually better at this game for playing Flesh and Blood at this point. Well, no. I'm better at the concept of the game. Excuse me.
Excuse me?
Who threw this ham at me?
No one knows.
Nothing like inside jokes that only you, the hosts, understand.
Some would say it's our speciality.
Pulled from a life well outside of these cameras.
That's a Star Wars joke, by the way.
I had no idea.
Inside between me and the audience. Those are the best inside jokes. One of us gets it and the audience gets it, but not the other
not the other guy.
It's like Space Ghost.
Yeah.
He looks over, blink, blink, blink.
I want to run Resourceful because, again, it's green and I love it. But that's not how you win this game.
Dude, we're not here to win.
Oh, good.
We're here to have a good
time.
Then
I'm in the right place.
Don't you remember?
I can't afford this Godslayer, but I'm still going to run it. And again, just note how disappointed I'm going to be every time I draw it. I can have one. Okay, I'm going to have 3 3-costs. That's a nice number. Is that biblical? 3 3-costs there. So I've got something to do.
Is that biblical? 3 and 7, the numbers of completion.
I've got something. Thank you for that. That's very funny.
That's true.
I got something to do. Here's my 3 costs. See, it is Flesh and Blood, man. So on turns where I draw a double resource, or if I have one of my error reducers out, I can play a 3-cost that turn, which means that I have support for these. So there we go. I'm running more blues in the deck.
We have arrived. So here's what I'm gonna do. Chat's you're gonna love this. The best thing to do is choose leadership.
Of course, but no.
And then you play the 0-cost card, lets you go get an Avenger.
Okay.
You know, with Iron
so
Man
far
on
it seems good. Yes.
So then the only Avenger you put in there is Captain Marvel, the ally, which is your signature ally. And then you do the stuff that gives her health, and you run the protection cards.
Oh,
the healer.
Because she's like better than Captain Marvel, the hero somehow.
She's better than the Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
If you have a way to consistently heal her, she is better than Spider-Woman. Like, she's insane. It's crazy. But I'm not going to do that.
That is pretty
I'm
good.
going to have fun. So I'm playing the 2 control aspects.
But fun isn't doing poorly, right? We've definitely tested that theory.
There's no way this is strictly worse than what I was doing before.
Okay.
This is already bad. The other 13 cards in my deck could be blank, and it would still be better than what I was doing before.
Like, I think Godslayer is a more compelling proposition than Pulse Grenade. They're both pretty good. I mean, all the cards are playable, really, aside from a few select cuts. But Godslayer, for instance, with what's that little gun? Where'd the gun go?
Is it in your stack?
Yeah, thanks, Mom. Yes, it is, actually. When your hero makes a basic attack, exhaust, remove a charge, your hero gets +2, it gains overkill. I guess Godslayer, you're right, is really for attacking the main villain. Because the main villain is unique. Now, those unique minions, though, can be a real problem.
Does foiled cancel? It says when a boost card is turned face during the scheme activation, cancels boost icons.
Not the effect or anything like that. The stars aren't canceled.
So it doesn't. That's not a boost icon.
A boost icon looks like this. Strange that I can't do that.
Someone's saying you can't have the gun and Godslayer.
Yeah. So I've got to make choices here. I mean, you can have a gun and a Godslayer. You just can't have 3.
1 for 4 is a good exchange, right?
You can have 2 restricted cards in this game.
Yeah,
right. 2 hands.
That's right.
Is my bow restricted, or does it operate with my face? It's also restricted. Yeah. Okay. So I only get 1 other hand slot. I don't know. Is a gun worth having?
Does it smell like pizza?
No.
I have
Are you actually having a stroke now?
Isn't that burnt toast? Isn't that what you smell?
Yeah, apparently burnt toast, yeah.
Don't ever want that experience.
No, we're going to try to not have it. Got to eat that Mediterranean diet. A lot of olives and wine, from what I gather.
Well, I'm good to go. 2 things I almost never have.
Nothing else is involved in the diet, just wine and olives. And then, a lot of vegetables and no red meat, but mainly olives and wine.
That's right.
And exercise and living by the ocean and breathing the beautiful, salty air of life. But otherwise, it's just olives and wine is basically how you can get all the benefits. Definitely not fresh fish.
You just went crazy on that.
Lack of dairy, but...
You know what?
Definitely the wine is the key.
We're going to have a good time. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Spycraft's going in.
Oh, here we go. This is a game I've been waiting for. Are you a spy?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, yeah, play it. It's the best card in the game. Relentless Assault. Do I have enough fists? Yeah, I think I've got enough. Clobber, yes.
You think I should run a van? Maybe.
Sure.
You're not a thwarter, right? That's all on me.
Oh,
It's all on me, I guess.
I've been known to thwart.
Ben Sweeney called it.
When the arrows are there.
I'm here to make the crowd happy.
All right, pulse grenades are going in. Speaking of making the crowd happy, let's do the pulse grenades. Let's do 1 gun. When you can't decide, just run a 1 of. Isn't that really how it's supposed to go?
I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Now, there's no way for me to discard this card, is there? They don't automatically discard when they're out of charges.
Don't they?
No, that's a different game. Because then how could you rocket this back into charges with the charge motion?
No idea. But can't you play a new one and choose which one to discard?
I would imagine you could drop a gun. Right?
Yeah, it's not like it's glued to your hand.
But that's... Well, at that point, it's just mean swinging past that, I guess.
David says with uses, they go away. It says they discard as after the uses on the card.
Okay, so I can
run
run...
on the card? I think it's
it says uses. 3 charge counters.
Yeah.
They're not charges, but they're uses.
Somehow.
With charge counters. I like it. Why am I running pulse grenades again? Can somebody tell me why everyone's saying that? Wait, hand cannon stays in play. Wait a minute. No, uses. Uses. Yeah, uses are gone. So it's uses with charge counters, which is kind of weird. It's not charges. Shouldn't it be use counters? You just use one of those little dragon tiers, you know?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently if uses is printed on the card.
Okay.
Also, so if uses is printed on the card, but if you is printed on the card...
No, they cleared up you.
Did they?
Use clear now.
I still don't quite get it.
No, it's totally clear. Here's what you need to know. Anytime you can translate it as your identity, you do. That's the whole rule.
Okay, we'll put that to the test.
Yeah, so but your identity is not your allies, obviously. Because if I said, for instance, if you had a dog, this is a good example.
EK was saying, you use his charges. You love to see it.
If you had a dog,
and I'm tracking,
and I said, Zach, whenever you dig a hole in the yard, I'll give you $5. And if your dog then goes and digs the hole, would you say you owe me $5 because I just dug a hole in the yard?
I mean, that depends on your definitions of ownership, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
In terms of the dog.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem we're running into. But in terms of Marvel Champions, the dog dug the hole, and therefore the dog is entitled to the $5.
Not you.
Not
Actually,
you.
no one's entitled to the $5 in that case.
Well, the dog could... I mean, it wouldn't...
Hall of Heroes is out. It says, hey, you get a counter when this thing happens. When you do this thing. But if my ally does it for me, no counter.
It doesn't matter if you train the dog to dig the hole to solve that problem. Because technically, you would be the agent behind that hole being dug. You let the dog out.
Now, if someone said...
A classic question from the Vega Boys.
Did you literally dig the hole? Mm-hmm. Then you would have to ask, is the definition of literally...
The actual definition?
Actual literally? Or the new literally? In fun, Webster's Dictionary, modified 2.0, 2020 edition.
Trying to reflect the actual use of language.
Yeah.
Well,
it literally ran into the same problem you ran into in this game.
I know. If you start defining words based on how they're being used, there's no point in a dictionary anymore. That's all that I'm saying.
Because the definition should be
it has to be
separate.
Codified somewhere, and language doesn't work anymore. So
there are fun words.
Talk to Webster about that one.
Depending on if they're a verb or an adverb or a noun, they have different meaning, right? I know those exist.
Yeah, definitely, that's true.
Asking the right question. So who let the dog out?
As I said, yeah. We've been asking this since the 90s. Or 2000s? I can't remember. It's anything before 2000 is the 90s to me, which makes sense. There is 80s and 70s back there. Anything between 2000 and 2010 is still the 90s. Anything up to about 2015 is still the 90s. And then it's like my modern life. But it's like me
Steven's modern life.
And then the 90s behind me. That's basically all it is.
So when you reference something being from the 90s, it's just in the past.
Anything before 2015.
Yeah. Checks out.
Yeah. By definition, of course, that's probably not it, but... I'm going to run 2 hand cannons. Now, these grenades, I'm having a hard time justifying, but I'm going to run 2 of those as well. Because it's testing. 2 grenades. 2 cannons. 2 cannons.
Meanwhile, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah,
but I'm almost there. I can see it. We like cost-efficient things in Spider-Woman land.
PMK 108 is crushing it here with the correct. A monkey once grabbed a man's camera and took a picture of itself. The court said it was the monkey's picture. Even though the man owned the camera through which the monkey took it, the monkey was still the owner of that photo, technically. Which is really, that really opens up a whole Pandora's box of how we play Marvel Champions, honestly.
It does start to get uncomfortable.
I'm having trouble with this whole weapon problem. So in a perfect world... See, I think it's just a dream. Well, I think what a lot of times is going to happen is you're going to exhaust the bow, you're going to shoot an arrow, and then you're going to exhaust Hawkeye, basic attack, swing big at something.
Okay.
I think that's what's going to happen. So, like...
I'm with you on this so far. so far.
I think the reality of I'm going to be exhausting Hawkeye to ready the bow to shoot another arrow is unlikely.
So you're not going to go for the double dip?
I don't think a 2-arrow turn, unless it's just like, okay, well, here we go. I think a 2-arrow turn is unlikely.
Okay.
It's 15 cards in the deck. Not all of them are arrows, and I have to draw both, and they have to be 2-1 or 1-2, not 2-2, unless I have reduction out. So I'm going to plan on one big swing a turn, not through the bow. Mean swing on a pulse grenade or a hand cannon, in tandem with things like Relentless Assault. Maybe could use those resources instead. In addition, yeah, okay. We're getting somewhere here. This is how you make decks. Moment of Triumph. I'm just not convinced on this card, even though I love it. If you're running the hand cannon, you got to run it. Okay. How about 2 of those? You don't need it all the time, just some of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Lion Weight, I think, is actually a card that I really like. I really like this card. One of them. I'll be like Minion Hawkeye or Ally Hawkeye, but for me.
Do you think Interrogation Room's worth it?
No! I always play it, and it's just... It is, by the math, worth it, yes.
There are lots of minions in this here campaign.
Yeah, there are lots of them. Are you going to be killing them, though? Because it's a U card, isn't it? After you defeat a minion?
I mean, someone's got to be killing them.
Your allies aren't. So your allies can't. I'm going to be killing a lot of minions. If it said after a minion is defeated, it would be better.
Yeah. All right, it's gone.
I mean, I'm not going to be killing a lot of minions, spoiler alert, actually.
You better be killing some.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be winning.
Some. Yeah,
That's what I'm going to be doing.
Some. Yeah, Pook, here's the thing, man. Stack the quivers, your expert marksman, your martial prowess out. I mean, at that point, the game is over. You've already won or lost, haven't you? That's the way that I typically have been dealing with Galaxy's Most Wanted. If you spend all that early game playing a 2-cost martial prowess and all of these reduced things, then you're losing before it matters in Galaxy's Most Wanted. Now, we're not an expert, so maybe it can be slow enough that it matters.
That we can get there?
Can you play Interrogation Room on me?
No. I wish. I would love to be able to do that. Don't you see?
Yeah.
It's max 1 per player, but it does not say you may play this in front of anybody.
Okay. So you can't play it on me is what you're saying. What a pal.
Yeah. I'm here to be a teammate.
All right, I'm going to start the cutting process.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay. Three mean swings? Is that too many? And is Scald Strike still worth playing? It's not. Strictly. Right? Somebody tell me Scald Strike is not worth playing. Ooh. Blank saying I should consider an honorary Avenger or two. Just so that Collector doesn't take my bow. Can you imagine if Collector takes the bow? I'd go home. It's like, what? What? What?
Why are we here?
My bow? Well, what, am I going to throw the arrows at him? It's 0 cost though, right? So as long as I have some expert marksmen out, I should be okay. Okay, not worth playing. Good. We can get Skilled Strike out of here. As much as I want to be skilled. But some people are saying they do like it. I love the controversy on, yes, you can stack Skilled Strikes. I love the controversy on Mean Swing. Bad in Hawkeye. Which I agree with.
I'm here to agree.
We're not playing Mean Swing anymore. We're dropping the hand grenade, or the hand cannon and the pulse grenade. No, we're keeping the hand cannon. Dropping the pulse grenade. Let's get out of here. Out. Out. You're gone. Skilled strike, you're back. It's like mean swing, but you don't have to kneel a weapon. It's great. Okay. Now, how many cards do we have here? How many do we get? 30?
25 if you want to be on 40.
Yeah, I want 25 here. 3. 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 18, 20, 3, 7, 30, 3, 35, 38, and I get 25. We got some cuts to make.
Not a lot of space.
Yikes. I'm cutting the pumps. I'm going to listen to my heart here. Okay. Easy cut.
I want to play that card, but it doesn't work.
1 relentless, 1 skilled, can go. Anything over 3, I think, has got to go. Slayer's gone. It's over 3. It's a nice looking card, though. Again, I think I'm just attracted to green.
You're on the wrong deck for that.
Yeah. Plan of attack you really don't want to see, but you're really just leveling out your draws. We'll go to 2 of that. That's easy. 2 lion weight, max 1 per player. Easy cut.
How do we feel about True Grit?
Isn't that a movie? After here defends against an enemy attack, remove threat. You said you weren't playing the events. Stick to your guns here.
Yeah, I know. But it's interestingly good. Could be 1 for 5 on the off turn.
I can't deny that.
Yeah. I think I'm going to start without it, just to prove a point. Night Nurse is good, right?
Yes. It's very good.
We're getting close.
4, 6. Is press the advantage even good anymore? Have you thought about that? Deal 2 if they're stunned or confused, draw a card.
The odds of them being stunned or confused is high.
So you basically pay 0 to deal 2 damage. That's a skilled strike.
Yep.
We also get a little filter going
Well,
on.
it's mainly filtering.
Okay. Working on a gravity build.
I'm working on a gravity.
You don't want more than 1 clobber in hand ever, because it's got to be the first card you play. So I'm going to cut 1 clobber. Thinking on hand cannons is I actually do think that they're extremely relevant for me here. So one of the issues with Hawkeye that I've run into in the past is you don't want to waste arrows on minions. Fair? So like your cable arrow, that's not doing any damage. Your vibranium arrow, you don't want to throw that at a minion. You want to throw that really at the main villain. It's a good 2 for 6 damage, knocks tough off. Great. Sonic arrow. You don't want to confuse a minion. You don't want to shoot that at a minion. Electric arrow. You don't want to stun a minion. You want to stun the main villain. Explosive arrow. The one thing that you want to shoot towards minions. So then meantime, it's like, so what do I do as the aggression player against minions, considering that I'm really in charge of that process? So then you look at hand cannon. You look at Hawkeye go into 4 attack with the combat training and the bow. Then you look at hand cannon at +2 attack. That means you can swing 6 through a minion and still overkill.
Seems good.
Which I just think +2 and overkill is great.
I mean, the overkill with Moment of Triumph to me is like one of the best cards in the game.
We got 2 of them in there.
So that I tend to slant towards cards that work with it.
Yeah. Hand cannon can absolutely chain with skilled strike, yes. And mean swing. And that's kind of the beauty of it. I mean, that's exactly the beauty of it. It's kind of the point.
It is the point.
Yes, James, but there's only 2 explosive arrows in the deck. And you don't always draw them.
I just realized I built my deck and didn't even look at the neutral stack.
Yeah, I don't need it, man.
Welcome to Spider-Woman.
I don't know, maybe you need to look at a few, like the double pumps or something.
I'm on all ones. 1-cost upgrades.
I'm all ones.
For life. Literally, I'll show you my 2-cost stack.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Right.
30 cards. I need to cut 5 here. Cut 5. What's up, the nerdy libertarian dad? Maximizing Liberty over there on Twitch. Great to catch you playing MC. Love the game. Just getting into deck building. Still a bit lost, to be honest. Well, you came to the wrong place. Unless you just wanted to feel equally as lost with us.
You can be a good company. Or at least mediocre company. Hope you're doing well.
I should cut one of these allies. It's not Hulk. It's not Ironheart. It's not Bug. Could be Spider-Girl. Yeah.
She gone. Yeah, someone asking not run the beat cops. So that may be my expert heroic experience talking, where beat cops are just a little slower. But really, it's Spider-Woman's economy is not crazy. So paying 3 is a whole lot for her to do. Just in general.
James, yeah, it'd be cool to build the first 2 turns, but like it's the same thing with Quicksilver. Sometimes you don't draw the quiver until 5 hands in.
Yeah.
So like.
Yeah, because you don't start with the quiver, you start with your bow.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. 1 target acquired. I like that, Blink. Kind of Relentless is tough. I guess Hand Cannon kind of solves that role, but you definitely won't have it every time.
The Dicey Review is saying, just got into the game big time. I've been trying to true solo Green Goblin, and he's been giving me fits using the base Iron Man. So in true solo, Iron Man is a little tougher because he needs to build up front. So you kind of just take it in the teeth with him for a couple turns. So you have to just find a way to ramp really quickly with Iron Man.
Ooh, Plan of Attack is getting easier and easier to cut. But I'm not going to, man. I want to try it out. I want to see what it's about. I mean, go get an arrow, right? You know? Even before the quiver or while you have the quiver. If you don't always hit what you need to hit. Or go get the Relentless Assault, you know? I think you kind of choose between Hand Cannon and Relentless, actually. I feel like I should go the attack route. I just made a Warcraft noise. Great question, Ross. Do I need the double resource cards? On this curve, you probably don't, do you? Let's cut them.
Weirdly, I'm on the same thing right now.
Let's get over it. Yeah. We're gone. Good cuts, good cuts. That's 25.
Give me that neutral stack.
We stumbled right into
new
it.
sleeve just for you.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you.
I'll start with these. They're also new.
Oh, man. Good question, James. Anyone know if arrows go to the collection if in the quiver? What does the collector say? I can't remember.
That's a good question.
It is a good question, isn't it? Prepared a game saying Plan of Attack and Hawkeye is a little weird because you're never going to want to go to Alter Ego. I bet I can get it in the top 4. Let's see, what do we have?
You'll
1, 2, 3,
go to Alter
4,
Ego
5,
when
6, 7.
I'm playing Spider-Woman, so the goal is to stun and confuse often.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 attacks in a 40 card deck. That's 1 out of 4. So that's the top 4 cards right there. We did it. Maybe not, though.
What was the card they were saying we needed to be running? Oh, can you hand me this target acquired? I just want to see them. They're over there. Yep. Lizard. Yep. Are you running a target acquired?
I'm running 1.
It's max one per player.
You can do 1.
I already have one.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out. I got to stay even on my card counts, so it gets, interesting. How do we feel about espionage? I know it's bad.
I don't know, man. I like that you're playing the cards that I never like. It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm past offering any advice because we're in a totally new world here.
Yeah.
I'm going to put 1 mean swing in. And I'm gonna
you're not on mean swing.
No.
I don't know what happened over here, but I like it. The idea of it. It got crazy, apparently.
1 plan of attack, Zach. 1.
I think that's great.
Just 1. You
only need 1 plan.
Sometimes you...
Or 12% of one.
That's right. Only 1 plan.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
All right. Let me think about this.
I'll tell you what, Sean. I'm going to build a Hawkeye deck. This Hawkeye deck doesn't even play the quiver when it draws it. The quiverless Hawkeye is what we're going to call it. Or maybe call it shoot from the hip. You see what I'm doing there?
I do.
Just trolling myself.
I'm here with you.
Yeah.
Hearing it.
We're all here together, but how many of us are actually here? I think Lion Wade is my favorite new card.
The auto damage to a minion?
Yeah, 3 damage.
It's tough.
It's easier to do 1-ofs in this game than it used to be.
Why do you think that is?
Well, there's just a lot of cards that do the same thing. So, you could run the 1 clobber and then, 1 skilled strike, and it's you need to do 3 damage or something. It's kind of the same avenue to do that. 1 mean swing, You just need 1 mean swing. It's like a big movie moment, right? You only need 1. You can't be mean swinging all game, or it's a boring movie. But the skilled strikes is kind of the scene by scene, and then the mean swing is the finisher. So I'm gonna play to script here. Yeah, I know the collector makes things crazy, but at a certain point you can't live your whole life based on that stupid villain.
Yeah.
It's I can't turn off 3/4 of the card pool just because one scenario is oh, this is hard now. That's what collector sounds like, right? I haven't seen the movies, but this is hard now. I'm gonna take all your stuff.
He actually doesn't sound anything like that, but
what's he sound like? Bane or something?
No, he sounds more like Benicio del Toro.
Oh, well, who could forget what he sounds like?
Didn't
he do that Labyrinth movie?
Pan?
Yeah.
Peter?
No.
I'm not running espionage, but man, it was so close.
Oh, come on. Oh, wait, you're doing Spycraft, though, right?
Yes.
Great. So you're the control guy.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, James, I got 3 press the advantage there.
Anesthesia Cat says, yep, sounds just like Benicio del Toro. Because that's the actor, and his voice is his voice.
Or is that Guillermo del Toro?
Isn't that the director?
Yeah, see, Blink's saying the right things. You got to have those doubles to take things out of the collection.
I exhaust. It's exhausting.
I feel scared not having them, honestly. It's kind of like a weird feeling. I'm going to take some stuff out to get them in there.
Luckily, we're playing on standard, so we can change our decks if we decide we
not
want
exactly, easy.
Just saying we can switch it up. All right.
All right, I'm gonna get 1 Lion Weight, 1 Clobber. See, that's what I mean. You can cut some things here.
Drang.
South side. Drang. Stand up. Drang. Drang. Is that called Swimming Pool? Is that Kendrick Lamar song? Drang.
Couldn't tell you.
Stand up. Drang.
It's not my scene.
Linty Lohan, funny name, saying, my wife and I still quote the Collector when he yells magnificent in Infinity War. Do you remember that scene?
Mm-hmm.
I could hardly forget it.
I know how big of a fan you are of all this.
You know what I'm going to do? As an act of good faith, I'm going to arrange all these cards again. Because I know that you're just going to talk about it.
Yeah? Am I?
Yep. Keeps it simple and I... You just wave something at me?
I was shaking the box to see if anything was in it.
Okay.
Yes, I was waving at you.
What's up from over here? Event. Man, I mean, these are like way out of order now. Where's all? Do you have the red card stack? Do you want me to? Well, I can just wait. You guys don't need to watch me do this. But I think it's important to show what it's like to be a conscientious card user. You best leave things as good or better than when you found them.
Back to where they began.
Back to the front. You will do. Haven't listened to Metallica in forever. I was really into them when I was a kid, as I'm sure you were as well.
Super into them.
Yeah.
Actually, at one point, Sting, the wrestler,
Where all great things begin.
yeah, his intro song was a Metallica song.
What was it? Inner Sandman, probably?
No? I don't remember what the song exactly. It wasn't like one of the main songs, you know.
Folks want to know how you're storing your cards.
Carefully.
Ooh.
Got them. So all of my scenario cards are in this Galaxy Most Wanted box, which you probably saw when you pull up. So this is the Rise Red Skull campaign, and then the Galaxy Most Wanted was here, and this is all the other villains. And then I have all my player cards in that archive that I was showing earlier. And that's it. This box here.
This here?
The archive. We have it on the website. It's got 2 rows. It's nice. It's a very nice magnet. Good material. Big fan. Seek and Destroy was the song.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm missing stuff.
What are you missing?
Where is she? The Nebula villain? Is she in here somehow?
You went through all the trouble to organize everything, and now you're missing things?
Well, I didn't organize the campaign yet. There she is. There she is. Got it. There's that. That's the problem.
That's why, ergo, never arrange anything, ever.
All right. Let's get what we need.
Now, let's get down to business to defeat Zach Bunn. It writes itself. It's as if the song was built for that.
It's almost too good.
For your persona.
All right, let's see. So we're playing on standard, right?
Yeah, standard. Standard campaign, standard difficulty.
Forget all that noise. Just standard. All right, so we're playing against Drang 1 and 2 this time. How about that?
Stand up, Drang.
Brotherhood of Badoon.
Man, how many times are we going to see this stupid Drang? Can we just move on? We got to get experience and stuff and buy...
I actually kind of want to see it on standard.
Okay. But this is like the easy one. Stand up, drink. Drink. How's the audio, everybody? How's the level? Levels should be higher than they were in the past. But we can definitely still turn up the volume. Which I just want to be at least the level. I feel like we're getting crushed when we come into YouTube and stuff. They're compressing this so much. It's like I just don't want to go to a different video and then be like, my ears. Like sometimes you're on headphones and you have to turn it up to listen to like a poorly produced video,
like
and then you go over to like, whatever the kids, whatever I do. Not even the kids. I'm not a kid anymore. Am I an adult? What's 30? What's 30s?
Old?
Is it old now?
I don't think it's old.
I don't feel like I could skateboard anymore.
It's not young, I'll tell you that. You could skateboard, it'd be funny.
Old man hurts self on wheeled board. Is the headline. Put it on Facebook, everybody.
All right, you ready to party?
Yeah, just don't read me any story.
Great, skipping right over it. Drang, here we go. Let's read the setup, though. Setup with the Badoon ship environment in play and the Milano support ship in play. So here, you're playing what aspect?
You have those Milano cookies?
I have had those.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, especially with some nice coffee.
Dang, that sounds so good right now because it's like cloudy. Face. It was like 60s this morning. It was so good.
That was a genuinely face.
I want that right now.
All right,
activated my motivators.
Reminder, Badoon ship, 4 counters go on. It clears, we each take 2 indirect damage.
Yeah.
Loads up, does its thing.
Yeah. I assume you'll tell me when we're supposed to use the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. That's what friends are for.
The terrestrial invasion comes in with 4 threat, 2 per player. And if it gets to 16, we advance. The first player can take an action, exhaust the Milano to remove 3 threat from the scheme.
Yeah, I think we got in the habit of we should be doing that more, yeah.
We're also on the standard version of Badoon Blitz.
Why do we have all these naked cards? You usually sleeve these, don't you?
Well, these are special because they don't get shuffled in.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't want to shuffle them in on accident.
Yeah. It's wise.
It comes into play with 2 threat and then 3 per player. So it's going to be 8 total. And then it's victory 1. And when defeated, each player may draw a card. No downside whatsoever.
Okay.
The expert side has a big downside.
Oh, yeah. It's really bad. Yeah.
I don't think... Let me make sure I don't have any cards that would benefit you from me going first.
That's right, nerdy dad. Sounds great. 60s. It's been hitting 115 degrees here lately. It's happening, folks. Buckle up. Existential dread is here.
Player.
Thank you.
You get them all now. In case you need to ramp a little bit. Then we're going to shuffle this up. Drang stage 1. After he schemes, we'll put a charge here. No other into play abilities.
Yeah, cool.
And he's got 26 health. So let's get that loaded up.
Where'd you get those tokens?
Well, it's funny you should ask. There's this website called TM Covenant. Team Covenant. We make and sell them. Et cetera, et cetera. I'll let you give the pitch if you'd like.
Nice.
Meanwhile, I'm just counting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You've seen them.
They're there. You can buy them. I mean, seriously, if this is the first video you've seen.
There were people saying they were new watching.
That's amazing. I mean, great. Welcome. This is a system that we designed and developed because we didn't like the dials. Now, before you think to yourself, I do like the dials and I would like to say something about it in the comment section, that's a totally valid thing to like. But you liking the dials doesn't really have anything to do with this particular set of tokens, which is designed to replace those dials. So if you like the dials, you probably don't want these. If you're not that into the dials, or if you like the way that this looks and like the comic book panels and all of that, then this is an option for you if you want to go down that route. The boards we also make are hero boards, cosmic boards there. So it's a system we really dig. We wanted it to be a more tactile, kind of like board game feeling experience. Manipulating a dial is a different kind of thing. I didn't like doing it in any of the games that wanted me to use dials in. Even Conquest was a little fiddly, because then sometimes the guy was like, I don't know, is that a 4 or a 5? It was in between 4 and 5. And then I feel like I got juked when you flipped it over and kind of slid it with your thumb a little bit, you know?
Did your obligation somewhere?
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, I using the dial, for me at least, one, it was early on just not even knowing what your health was a lot of times.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest issue. Really.
And then also usually you have to use both hands to do it. So you have to kind of like either hold it weird with your hand of cards or put it down and pick it up, and it's this whole thing.
Now, obviously, these are not like critical problems. You can put your cards down and pick up a dial. But when we're looking at like how to make it as good as possible, you can look at the small things, you know? I'm not saying like, oh, it's so hard to put down your cards and pick, but it could be slightly better.
Zuper, that's actually funny. I didn't think about that. We are playing the heroes that came in the Rise of Red Skull box. They released at the same time. Unintentionally. We just picked heroes.
Well, yeah. Here you go. Going back to the original.
The dude gaming, what up? Says, I haven't invested in the boards yet, but I ditched the dials and went into tokens right away and just used dice.
Just dials and tokens. So you're using dice. See, some people hate dice. We're all different. It's a beautiful, colorful spectrum of the way people like their things to be. And sometimes what we make is what you like. And that's great. That's when we're very happy. And sometimes what we make is only what we like.
And that's okay, too.
And then we use it and don't sell it anymore.
I'm a Sexy Dinosaur says, I haven't been keeping up with Champions since Wanda, but who's your current favorite hero? Well, not much has changed since then.
I'm still, if I had to absolutely, one I could play forever be Black Panther.
I could play Spider-Man forever.
Second, then the most fun for me, strictly, is probably Thor.
He was a good time. I also think he was the first deck you truly feel like you cracked.
Yeah. It's actually like deck building, which is really satisfying.
Yeah. So that was an attachment. I also really love Wanda.
Jake Ryan's loved this comment. I hate all physical items and play Marvel through only my memory and my mind. So that's something to aspire to there.
Now that's an opener.
Hey, looky there. The double strikes. You don't need plenty of attack in your opening hand. You may as well just draw the cards. So that's gone. You probably strength for one of these arrows. Maybe a confuse arrow. That'd be fun. I definitely don't feel like I need two cost arrows here. I would rather go for pumpies. Discardies.
This is not when I want to see Captain Marvel.
Skull Strike I don't want. I'm going to hold on to a Lion Weight. And I'm going to draw into things that make me better over time. Because ultimately, this is going to be a fine turn, no matter what happens here.
I like that. I like the sound of that. So I got a finesse. Great. You want to start with that.
Yeah. Bruno's saying about that a little bit.
The problem with that is Captain Marvel. So Captain Marvel is a 4-card play that gets you a card back.
Just hold it. Put it in Arsenal.
I wish. She's also fantastic. But I'm looking at this. No matter what the 2 cards are, I can play 2... use this resource to play a 1 and then play a 1.
Mm-hmm.
So
put Captain Marvel right in the grave.
So I'm thinking
I'm
gonna mulligan. She's so good, I get it.
You can't mulligan Captain Marvel. You may as well just see. You can, but you shouldn't. But there it is. I don't know. Maybe you do. We're on a new level here.
It's really.
I'm gonna draw my cards.
I don't have any way to extend her existence. There's no healing here.
It's really sad.
You know what I mean?
Ah, there's an expert marksman and a hand cannon. What's up?
So I'm inclined, because I have a lot of good 1-cost cards here. So I know I can play this plus 2 other cards. Or I'm not going to get this in play. And that's the decision I'm having to make.
Yeah, it's a tough decision.
But that is so good.
What if you draw a double, though? What if you get rid of everything and try to... Oh, you don't have them.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
But now we know. So I am going to mulligan it. I'm going to also mulligan Night Nurse because I don't necessarily need it. I'm going to keep this just in case. Pitching these 2, I know I'm crazy. I get it.
I see, this is fine.
Got another finesse. Are you kidding me, America? Oh, no.
Take our unders. This is totally fine. Oh, but I've got to get that bow, right? Isn't that the crazy thing about this deck? You have to spend a resource to go get a bow?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, come on.
You don't have to. You can wait.
Well,
you have a resource here.
Oh. That's better than wasting it on, 4 thread or whatever?
Immediately changes his tune. Hilarious. All right. I'm just going to put these in my hand and let you figure out your turn.
I see it there, Super Madius. That's very nice. I was hovering around the Bruno Mars joke the whole time.
If you don't end up needing the resource, I would happily take it. As you can imagine.
I have to get the bow, and I have to shoot the arrow. Things that have to happen are these things. And then I can waste 1 on this, 1 on this. So then we're in a weird space here. There's certain math here that's really interesting. Not math that I can do. Ah, but I liked it. So I'm gonna be greedy then. I'm using that resource.
Get it?
I liked everything about what was happening there. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take the turn. Take that turn. I'm gonna use the Milano to use Clint Barton's ability to go get this bow.
I love how quickly you retraced.
Yeah, I'll just be greedy. You'll get it next time, right? Let's keep using the resources. It doesn't matter.
That's right. Well, I should remove a lot of threat ultimately.
You can also stay in alter ego if you want.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna confuse here. Yeah, it's relevant, right? You can play all the spycraft you want.
Oh, this could turn this turn on its head. All
right, let's go up to big mode. Now, I'm going to get punched, but that's fine, right? 2 damage? That's fine, right?
I think it's fine, yeah.
Just tell me that's fine. Expert marksman. Hand cannon with a strength.
It is funny that you like Azalea so much and Hawkeye now.
I like arrows. Yeah, I like archers. I always have. And then let's do the bow. To shoot a sonic arrow. -1 for marksman. Pay 1 for lion weight. Give me charges on here.
Nice. Terrifying.
But there's somebody in there. We getting robbed?
You know it. Yeah.
Crazy. It would be crazy to get robbed on stream. You learn a lot about it. It'd be like the champagne incident. It'd be like, what faces were they making? 3 damage to the villain and confuse that villain, please.
Excellent. You'd love to see it. Okay.
And then I've got a basic ability. I think I'm just going to keep swinging.
Yeah,
that's where I think
that's where we're at.
So I'm going to swing for 3. I can give +2 and overkill, but I don't find any reason to use the hand cannon.
I'm with you on that.
I'm going to hold my gun.
All right, he's down to 20. Now, because he's confused, I'm going to make a play.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a different kind of play.
Yeah, go.
And I know it's crazy, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a finesse, and I'm going to play a finesse.
And do nothing with him.
Nothing.
That's horrible. Awful turn.
The difference is I could have basically got Indomitable and a vest on. The vest is +1 defense for the rest of the game.
Pretty good.
But +1 resource for the rest of the game. And
you just miss 1 turn of it.
Every time I play, like playing those aspect cards for free means I'm going to probably be at huge stats every turn.
Okay.
So we'll see.
All right. Well,
see if it pans out or not.
You gotta,
Technically, I can use my ability. Look at the top card of any deck. Doesn't really matter. I can tell you how much you're going to take on the attack.
Isn't that going to be the flip for something first? Oh yeah, the attack. Yeah, how much am I going to take?
So let's take a peek. It's a 3.
Oh.
Yep. Good knowledge.
Well, what am I supposed to do about that now?
Well, now you just know.
Great. Now I know. Well, that really helps.
End of the round. Draw back up.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Interesting.
I'm heading down to alter ego. Man.
Great. No, it's perfect. He'll be confused.
Okay.
If you catch my meaning.
Yeah, great.
All right. Start of the round. We're going to put 2 threat on per player.
4 then.
Yep.
That's the way I read that.
Then he's attacking you.
Okay. I'm going to take 5.
2. We're going to load this. Does that also load? Yeah. So this gets 2 tokens. 1 from that ability and 1 from him attacking.
Just says schemes.
Oh, I thought it was attacking. Perfect.
No, it's bad now.
He's attacking you.
It's easy.
For 5.
Okay. Taking 5. Almost dead.
He tries to scheme against me and he's confused.
That's right. He doesn't know what he's
Then we
doing.
get bad cards.
He's got ringing in his ears. A Badoon Grunt. Deal me one face down encounter card, please. A Badoon Engineer. I would have liked to reverse. Can you reverse the order of those? Resolve the charge up ability.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Got some minions for you. Oh, let's start here. Shadows of the Past.
Well, you know.
All right, here we go. The Viper. While the Viper is engaged with you, your hand size is reduced by 1. Cool. The Viper's Ambition. When revealed, place an additional threat per player here. So it's going to come in with 4.
Who's on threat? Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
And then these cards get shuffled in.
Great. Great. Okay. Everything's fine.
Okay. Then first player passes to me. I'm just going to do this.
Very happy for you.
Would it be valuable to you to peek at the top card of your deck?
Oh, you know, yeah. It'd be very valuable. I press the advantage so I can maybe draw that card.
I will let you look at the top card of your deck. Or I will peek at it. No. Whatever. You can see it.
Is this all I just get to look at it?
Yeah.
It's a fine card.
Cool. All right. Let's do the math. If I do this and this.
Actually, it's a very fine card for right now.
This. And this. That seems really good.
Huh.
Okay, check this out.
All right, flex on it, Spider-Woman.
It's flipping up Spider-Woman. I'm going to play Skilled Investigator. It's a Justice card, so +1 for the round. I'm going to use both of these to play a Venom Blast. Deal 5 damage to an enemy, so I'll deal 5 to the Viper.
Well, that's made for that, it seems like.
I will... I play an aggression card, so +2. Let's go ahead and play Pheromones. Let's stun and confuse the villain.
Boy, that's good now.
It's a leadership card, so let's go ahead and get another token. We're at 4/4/4 for the round. Then I'll go ahead and remove 4 here.
Well, you cleaned up your Shadows of the Past there. We're happy about that.
I'll trigger Skilled Investigator to draw a card.
You could have peeked at that.
It's okay.
You got Milano. Don't sleep on Milano.
Yeah.
2 damage here is cool.
Like me doing 2 damage?
Hold on, let me see if this matters. No, doing 3 here is good. If you can kill any of these, it's fine. Otherwise, just worry about threat.
I will worry about threat.
I'll handle the rest.
Let's go. I already played a Justice card, right? Yes.
A moment of silence, please.
Self-propelled glide to ready.
You never got the chance.
And I gain aerial, so I'll thwart for 4. And then I'll, unless you need the resource, I can exhaust the Milano.
No, I exhaust it. Yeah,
So we'll exhaust. Take this down to 1.
Pretty impressive turn to watch.
And I'm at 4 defense going into the round.
So I can stay in hero mode.
He's stunned. There's only 1 attack anyway.
Yep.
He is confused though, so if you need to go down, now is not
not a problem, is it?
You can also do that whenever you feel the need to do that.
Not a problem.
Yeah, the Pheromones is a crazy card. But that turn is only possible because of finesse, the double finesse play.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. It's like, this lets me do so much more per turn, which then also triggers all her stuff. So it just like cascades out of Value Town.
I'm not going to be able to play downtime this game.
I'm not sweating it. Things are going pretty okay right now.
Press the advantage.
Okay. Oh, that's great.
Paying for it with downtime. I'm going to deal 2 to Drang there. And I'm going to draw that card that I peeked at.
Okay.
Then I'm going to swing. Let me do my math here. 3,
I appreciate you on that.
4,
He's saying that double
7.
finesse is a dream turn 1. It's so good in the way I built this deck. That's why I did it. We'll see if it pans out.
That Badoon grunt needs to go.
Yeah, he's not good either. He's charging this thing up.
I know, yeah. So, like, which one is more important?
I mean, he's not doing anything actively besides a stat, right?
How many charge ups are happening over there?
Once 4 get here, we each take 2
So if
indirect.
this thing happens, it'll happen this turn.
Yeah.
So I should hit the grunt, or I should hit the engineer probably.
Probably. And having something engaged with you is not awful because
I'm just going to take 2 stupid damage.
there's a minion that when you get the minion, you get another minion if there's no other minion engaged with you.
Yeah. Just keep the grunts going here. Okay, well then let's do some old-fashioned Hawkeye. I'm going to swing for 3 on the Badoon Engineer. I'm going to exhaust the hand cannon as an interrupt.
Like
to get
it.
+2 and the other thing. I'm going to skilled strike to give it +2. So I'm going to swing for 7 with overkill.
Okay.
And I'm going to moment of triumph the excess damage.
Get out of town.
I'm going to heal 4. I'm going to do 4 to the main villain.
That's
and
a
Badoon
turn.
Engineer is out of here.
That's a turn. Now, obviously, if you were dunking here, you would heal an extra damage.
I would. That's why we had the conversation.
I didn't understand
But then
that.
for the problem, we're going to do indirect damage, and that's so. Let's just not advance the clock on that. I'll
Okay.
just take a known 2. Then I'm going to play my quiver.
David asking, how many decks do you typically have together for this game at once? Honestly, usually but 2, whatever we're actually playing on stream. Sometimes it'll be 3 or 4. Sometimes I have a group of 3 people that play off camera. But usually it's just 2 active decks. I keep an active log of my decks on Marvel CDB. So if I ever want to go back to something, I can.
Okay, I went and got a cable arrow in my quiver, ready for action next turn.
Okay. Did we decide if arrows off of the quiver get collected?
They do not get collected.
All right.
No.
Get out of here, collector.
Yeah.
All right. End of round.
Yeah.
Ready everything. Draw back up.
Who's laughing now, Grunt? I guess I should let's just put everything up. I'm going to keep my quiver and the loaded arrows right here so everybody can follow along.
Spider-Woman's so good, though. Torres says, I like it when you guys are actually enjoying the game instead of what's been happening the last couple of times you stream.
Enjoyment's contagious. That's why I have the friends that I have.
There's a lot of comments.
And let me tell you,
down there. Help you out there, Zachary. Give him the stick.
If you're not enjoying things, sometimes it's for
Hydro
lack
brains.
of hydration, and this is a very serious thing. Now, I know it's a running gag on the show.
Gag?
You laughed at gag, I laughed at the show. It's like, the show, yeah, this thing that we do. Water's super important. I read a book a long time ago, and it was basically like, hey, a lot of the problems people have is exacerbated or caused simply by dehydration.
Like skin issues or like tiredness, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, and of course we know the standard American diet is a dehydrating diet. So like you have
Salty,
to
buttery.
exactly you have to offset it
Sugary.
as much as you can, and your body is sad whenever it's not moist. I don't think they should put that one on the website.
Yeah, probably not. Zuper says, I didn't get to see the deck building was the best card in the game. Beat Cop included in the Spider-Woman deck. It was not. But that's explicitly because I'm really keen off Spider-Woman's ability. And so spending 3 resources, she has a 5-card hand. So playing Beat Cop means I spend 4 of my cards. I'm trying to be on a much lower curve here. But I do think it's a great card.
Now Team Water Bottle, made in the USA, 100% HTP, food grade plastic, water your brain, water your life.
Etc.
Checks in the mail.
All right. Let's see. Start of the round. You're staying in hero mode.
I'm here.
Start of the round.
I had a moment of triumph.
2 threat on per person. So we're going up to 5.
You're defending for me, right?
Can you handle that?
Just before I commit to this, you're defending for me?
I'm not planning on it.
Well, what about the stun, though? Someone's
is-
got to defend.
he
You
is
don't want to waste your
stunned.
4 defense.
So the problem I have is that I can...
You have 4 defense, and you're not defending for your buddy Clint.
Hold on.
You have 4 defense.
Here's the problem.
It's a
though,
free defend.
dude. Here's the problem. I have the ability to ready. So I could probably clear
That's
this.
not a problem.
And you draw a card, and I draw 2 cards off clearing that next round.
But I'm going to have to go to Alter Ego right now if you're not defending.
Can
Which
you?
is fine. It's 2 scheme from the grunt. Confuse and stun is cleared.
Let me do my math real quick. 1. Nope.
I like those quotation marks, Michael. Yeah, that's right. Water in the chat. Let's go. Drink up. 12 ounces.
Are you going to remove any threat ever?
Yeah, I got a cable arrow ready right here,
What's
baby.
it do?
Exhaust, remove 3 threat from a scheme, ignoring any crisis icons. So it cost me 1. I can play that for free next turn. I'm removing 3 without even thinking about it.
Okay. I can block for you.
But I can also go to Alter Ego.
What?
If I do, I'll get an extra card.
What's the benefit of you staying in hero mode?
Don't get attacked? Or do you get attacked? Yeah, there's no benefit. Let's just go on down. I don't know. I like being up there. Good. I don't like driving my car around. I like.
Maybe you'll draw your plan of attack too.
Didn't.
Ah, shucks. So the thing I like about that is if I draw more pheromones, him not already being confused is helpful.
Okay, right on. Yeah. Press the advantage, you know.
Okay.
Maybe you will draw more.
So 4 threat on, if you would do me the honors and putting those on. And then he is attempting to attack me, but he's stunned. He's attempting to scheme against you, but he's stunned. Then the Badoon Grind is going to put 2 more on.
That's right. Just call me a moron.
And this gets charged 1 more time. Don't forget about that. And he didn't scheme, so that doesn't,
Everything's fine.
So then we each get a bad card. I've already seen like one of the worst cards you can get. Oh no!
Famous last words.
Badoon Grunt.
Yeah.
If there no, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, get yourself another one there.
Hydra Regular in Sight 1. That came from my Steam deck.
A Badoon Warlord.
James says, I was just sitting here thinking, there is no benefit.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Then this passes over to you. Use it carefully.
I'm going to have a big Hawkeye turn here.
Great. You love to hear it.
Wait, so me, it's not my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think Wu did this?
I do have a 5 damage attack that needs to go somewhere.
All right, give me just a second here.
Fire beware.
Give me just a second here. Okay. So we'll do that. And then, how important is the threat removal this turn?
Needs to get to 16. I mean, to a certain extent, but I'll have some of that built in. What are you thinking?
Well, let me just roll right on up to hero mode as you do, and use this quiver. That'll solve that problem. Can you find 1 damage in your life? Or is that hard to come by?
Why do you need me to do 1 damage?
Well, if we want to kill these minions, I mean, maybe we don't want to kill the minions. It's up to you.
So, I think
I can find it. Actually, I got it. I found it. He found it.
Do you have a Milana resource floating?
It's crazy how much it's floating, honestly.
If that ends up floating, I have some things, but
okay.
We'll go there.
Marksman, pay for that with the mean swing. Don't need it right now. We'll need it later, maybe. But before we do that, no, let's not. Okay, then we're going to do this, that, this. So, 1 resource isn't awful. We'll get there when we get there. All right, we played the Expert Marksman. Done. Now, Hawkeye, Expert Marksman, and a bow. Firing an explosive arrow, doing 3 of the villain and everyone engaged with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because we love killing those Badoon Grunts so they come out and bring more cards to them. That's our number 1 play here.
I think there's only 2 or 3 of them, though, so we've seen 66% of them.
Okay.
There's only 1 that remains. I appreciate that arrow.
You know what? I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to get that mean swing. Because this is actually even better.
Overkill.
Then, I'm going to pay 1
Bobster, so the Milano says, exhaust the Milano generated wild resource for any player. So only Steven can use it, but he can give that resource to anybody. Keith A says, the boys are back in town. I do love Spider-Woman.
I'm going to press the advantage. I'm going to ditch an explosive arrow. So the better part of me said I should play the explosive arrow to do the same thing to my side of the board by exhausting Hawkeye and whatnot. But then I got to thinking, no, with overkill, mean swing, etc., it wouldn't kill this guy anyway if I did it. And so now I can press the advantage here on the Badoon Grind, kill that guy.
Get the card back.
Get this guy out of here.
Yep. And then you can overkill him.
I don't get the card back. He's not stunned or confused. That's just simply doing 2 damage.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Fine.
Then we'll do 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, I gotta. Oh wait, it's mean swing. That's right. So 5. I'll just do 5.
With overkill.
Don't need the mean swing with overkill.
Going down to 9.
Hit him for 4. Do 1 there, and then use the mean swing to play an endurance for +3 hit points.
Nice.
We made it.
And you do have a floating.
Milano's floating. Although, I can use it for threat.
Basically that it would let me remove an extra 3 threat, but because it removes 3 threat, I'll just save that card. You know what I mean?
You know, cards are cheap.
Yeah. Let's use these 2 to play an energy barrier. +1. Let's pay 2 for a Venom Blast. Doing 5 here. And giving me another token.
Very nice.
Let's thwart for 3. Yeah. You want to go ahead and use a Milano on it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to save this Self-Propelled Glide, which is my ready card, because...
Sometimes you need to get... You're going to block for me is why.
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially? What the heck?
This is his first true turn. That's fun.
Okay. I like this little bunch of cards I've got. I like Hawkeye. I got all these arrows.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You should like Hawkeye.
Okay, so we get a bunch of damage now, right? So we're going to add 4, and then the thing's going to blow up on us, this thing.
Yeah, so this will clear. We just take 2 damage.
We're definitely got in the habit of not playing allies, huh?
And I'm going to save this energy barrier. Okay. Then...
Attack's on me.
He's going to attack.
You want to block it or what? I mean, I've got 12 hit points at this point, so I'd have to take 9. Do you want to peek at the top card?
That's my alter ego ability.
Oh. Weak.
I think we both just take a punch to the teeth.
It's a Spider-Woman at her finest.
Well, I'm not truly playing protection, you know.
I do know.
I have prevented like 6 attacks and/or schemes so far.
Well, you know, I've been punching things.
Sure.
And I'm Hawkeye.
And I am Hawkeye.
Okay, we'll bring it on. 2 plus whatever.
I think we both just take it.
All right.
Because we have the health to take
Health's a resource, right?
All right. 2 plus a boost?
Yeah.
0.
I'll take 2.
I'll take it. 2 plus special. Overkill, piercing, and ranged on the attack. So 2 damage. I'll prevent 1 and send it back at him. I think I should just wait. I'm just going to take 2.
Well, this could go away at any moment. You know, you could get an under fire or whatever that thing
But
is.
I'd hit this thing first, I think.
Yeah.
There are going to be turns where not taking damage is really relevant.
True. Yeah.
So I think that's where I'm at.
How about those bad cards? Did you look at that? Hydra Regular in Sight 1.
All right.
That's not bad. Those are nice to have in the deck, honestly.
Gang up. When revealed, the villain in each minute engaged attacks you.
Ah, see, there's your energy barriers coming through here.
Yeah, I might block this one. Or not. He's just so weak. I'll take it. 2 plus 1. I'll go ahead and cancel 1. Send it back at... You may send 1 here.
Rewind it back.
Overkill potential?
It's fine. It's fine. That's a fine thing to do.
I don't know if you have Moment of Triumph or not. I'll take 2.
I got 1 more hand cannon.
And that's it. End of the round.
All right.
This slides over.
Yeah. Well, somehow he's dying, you notice.
We're actually doing damage. It's weird. How does it work? All right, he's going.
Curious. You're the first player? Can I call in an action?
You may.
Quiver. Do you have to let it quiver? There they are. There's those electric arrows. What a strong ability. My gosh. Wow. You know the great thing about archers in games from Azalea and Hawkeye? What I've learned is that they're like other heroes, except they have to have a bow to do anything. So it's
that is what's great about them. Really. I love it too.
Yeah, at least the quiver kind of makes it a reasonable exchange of value.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to exhaust these two. We're going to play Agent Coulson for 1. Go get a preparation card.
Preparation card.
We're going to go discard pile, I guess.
You going to stun or confuse anybody?
Then maybe. We don't know yet. I'm going to go get that Spycraft.
Sinbad's Revenge. Can you trigger the energy barrier 3 times? No, just once. 1 interrupt, I think, per card. If I'm
per moment.
Yeah, that's how we've been playing it, at least.
All right. He's going to remove 2 threat from here. I'm going to play a...
Hey, you played an ally.
Hard to ignore. Protection card, so I get another.
Especially with all those pheromones.
That's right.
Very hard to ignore.
So I'm at 3. So we're gonna exhaust, remove 3.
Are we gonna draw a card this turn?
I'm gonna self-propelled glide to ready, remove 3 again.
So
you get to draw a card.
To clear the area there, weren't you?
Yeah. You get to draw a card. I get to draw 2 cards.
Oof. You're the Oprah of this game. Check under your seat. Is there a card? Yep. Here it is. Did you play Spycraft yet?
Nope, I got rid of it. It was just a resource.
It's a great resource.
Are you gonna need a resource?
I've got so many cards. I mean, there's so many arrows to shoot. I just can't make heads or tails of what I'm gonna do. Honestly,
I can wait.
I've kind of got to feel it out.
Okay.
I like to play in the moment. I like to get in the flow.
I'm gonna hold my cards and see what you do. But I have an action to remove 3. I also have a clear the area again.
Do you want to go through to Drang 2? Is that a problem for us if we do that right now? I say we press on. You know? What happens on Drang 2? We know. We've seen.
He gets his spear, I think.
Not terribly scary, really.
Yeah. I'm not afraid of it. I have an ally. Made for blocking.
This ally was made for blocking. We could also... we can go. If you want to go. We can go.
I mean, if...
We can go. We can go.
Yeah, let's go.
We can go.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay. So now I need to actually figure this out.
Let me know if you end up needing a resource somehow.
Okay. Likely. No, not likely at all. Bada boom, bada boom. We did it. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Let's kick it off with a Relentless Assault. I'm going to pay for it with a fist.
That's just clean math.
Arrow. It is clean math, isn't it?
It's just clean math. It worked out.
So let's do 4 overkill to Drang. Kill this Hydra.
Stage 2, when revealed, if Drang's Spear is in play, give Drang a face-down boost card. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Drang's Spear, reveal it, and shuffle the encounter deck. He's got 28 health, and then we are out of here. So now it's just about pumping and getting out.
All right.
The Spear I saw earlier was the first card I have. All right, +1 attack against Stalwart. He cannot be stunned or confused. Action, mental, physical, discard.
Wait a second.
Card.
Okay, then don't do that yet.
I can get rid of that right now.
Okay, do that one then.
I'll generate a wild, a mental, and a physical, and we'll trigger to get rid of this.
Very good. Very good. We love it.
The crowd goes wild.
Can you do that on my... Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's a hero action.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, then we're going to expert marksman twice for the electric arrow. It's going to do 3 damage and stun.
Ah, yeah. Boy.
Yeah.
We need sound. I need that soundboard.
We need that soundboard.
Yeah,
Then hold
get a
on
good
to your
spider's
pants.
I'm holding.
Oof, I've got a great question here.
All right.
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Check this out. Okay, number of things that can happen.
Tell me more.
Combat training is kind of too late for that. So your simpleton plan is this. You just play a combat training and swing for 4. That's fine.
Not bad, given that he's got 25 health.
You could also exhaust Hawkeye, ready the bow, and shoot a sonic arrow for confuse and 3 damage. 1 less damage plus a confuse token, but you lose combat training for the rest of the game. Or you could play combat training to play press the advantage. Do 2, draw a card, and you got a sonic arrow and a card in your hand.
How many of your 2s have you seen?
Doubles?
Do you play them? Are they in the deck?
I'm out of doubles. No doubles left.
Because if you could get the best of both worlds, you know.
That would be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not guaranteed no matter what I do, but...
I mean, interestingly, he's at 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to really think about how many turns this is even going to go.
Yeah, combat training looks less good here.
Yeah. Now, what I do like is confuse so that people can go down to recover because we don't want it's campaign. So the damage will still carry over.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm going to have to roll down and get that done. So let's confuse.
I think 3 damage. Is that right?
Yeah, 3 damage.
And he's confused. And then I think you go ahead and roll down.
I got to kneel to up and then downsies. Yeah, I can roll down.
Yep.
Knock the confuse off there. Keep him frosty.
Yeah. All right. Into brown. Draw back up. It's just so good. Every time I see pheromones, it's just crazy. It's crazy value.
Yeah.
I also got this beautiful contaminant immunity, which heals her 3 and gives her a tough. I don't even have to go down for this party.
Man, why did you not tell me she has the best cards in all the game?
She's so good.
When did that happen?
We played her through one game, and then it was like, yeah, she's awesome, and then we moved on.
Damage doesn't carry over in the standard campaign. Wow. Maybe our perception has been a little tainted by expert.
Let these shackles loose. I have been set free. All right. Start of the round. This is going to charge.
Yeah.
We're going to get 4 threat on.
Okay.
Never too late to lose.
2, 3, 4. How many? We got 16? Yeah, we could just dunk it here. If
there's another stage, I think.
Oh, is there? Yeah. Okay. Give it a little try.
A little peep. He's trying to attack me. He fails. He's stunned. Stunning.
Yeah.
Then he tries to scheme against you. He fails.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Yeah. All right. Then we get our back cards. Assault.
I couldn't heal Igor because I had to kneel or had to exhaust to ready the bow to shoot the second arrow. Just sloppy bookkeeping.
I am going to block with Agent Coulson. So 3, 4, 5.
A Badoon Sentry. Retaliate 1. That's fine. See, I'm dealing with minions, man.
You sure are.
The plan has come together.
Our strategy is doing something. Okay, then this passes over to you.
Okay. All right, first things first, before I forget, I'm going to heal. I'm just over. I feel like it's interesting. Heal up. I don't even need to heal because it's like... I mean, can we do it here? How much damage can you do?
Not a lot.
You can pheromone?
I can do 4.
Wow.
I'm a control player.
That's amazing.
Damage is not my game.
A lot of good damage there.
But I'm telling you, I'm going to Stack it.
Stack it deep, sell it cheap.
That's right.
Well, let's take a look at the last like 3 cards. No arrows, didn't think so. Got an Ironheart in there. And a Moment of Triumph.
A lot of good is doing this. Yeah, I'm just going to be on the stacks on stacks turn here.
Oh, we got to go up to hero to do that, of course. We're not noobs. Are you going to pheromones?
Yeah, definitely.
Can you do that right now?
Yeah, sure.
You should do that right now.
Pheromones. I love playing that card upside down, actually.
Nice. It's pretty cool.
It makes me feel like I'm hanging upside down. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to use these, get my thing. He's stunned and confused. I'll get those tokens.
And that means I've got a 2 for 5, or I can remove threat. Threat removal is kind of weak now, right? Are you going to remove threat because that's kind of what you're doing, or should I shoot an arrow for 3 threat?
I'm not gonna attack probably. I'll just remove 3 threat.
That's not quite enough.
Could be
is it?
6 if I had an extra resource.
You can have it. You can have the Milana there.
Which no, I shouldn't. That removes 3 by itself.
Yeah.
So I don't need to waste a card.
Yeah, don't waste it. Okay, I've got some decisions to make here. I think decision number 1 is Hulk. Decision number 2 is target acquired, and decision number 3 is shoot this arrow.
I do like Hulk.
But instead of playing Hulk, I can kill that sentry.
Couldn't Hulk potentially kill the sentry too?
Potentially could.
How many fists are left in your deck? You should have known that.
Oh, yeah, I do know that. Hold on, I'll look. 1.
What are the icons?
We got a lightning. We got a perfect spread for just a Hulk YOLO moment.
Someone asked earlier if we were going to play against Collector today. We are not. So we'll finish after this game, and then we'll do Arkham next week and come back the week after. We'll continue this campaign. Hopefully we can get a couple in, actually get past Collector next time, which will be fun because then we get to see something we've never seen, which is the 3rd stage Collector.
Yeah.
I really hope we get a Spider-Woman.
All right, I'm just gonna do some damage here. I'm gonna play a Relentless Assault on that sentry. Just do 5.
Get down with you, bad so.
Let's kill that thing.
Here you go.
Then I'm gonna use Hulk to play a target acquired because I don't like risk. And then I'm gonna do 2 marksmen and the bow to do an electric arrow. He's already stunned, so he's gonna do 5.
All right, down to 17.
I really just want it in my discard pile before I shuffle up here.
I like it. All right, mine?
Yeah, and if you're really worried, that can be 3 threat reduction instead of 5 damage. So just tell me what.
You want to use this to remove 3?
Yeah.
Great. I'm going to play Contaminant Immunity. It's a protection card. I heal 3 and get a tough status token.
And with that tough status, you're going to defend from me, right?
He's stunned.
All right.
So he's going to try attacking and fail and then run into my tough token.
Yeah. Retaliate Obsidian doesn't trigger because it's if they leave the table, they don't retaliate.
Yep. And then I'll remove 3.
That's plenty. It's a good cushion.
And then go to the next turn.
Good bubble. All right, are we an extra? I'm an extra card land here.
Nope. You get a bonus card.
That's right.
Free 99.
Free 99. Okay, good. Oh, well, you kind of, well, that's fine. You don't really want the arrows there, but there they are.
All right. 4th threat on. This thing charges.
I got it.
And then he tries to attack you. He attacks me. He'll get a boost. 3, 4, 5. My tough.
My tough.
Then we get our bad cards.
All right, let's do it in order.
Over to you. Chris Hodebeck, that's right. Says you can't retaliate if you're dead.
Badoon Warlord is here. And spatial positioning. Exhaust the Milana. Remove threat from this scheme. 6 with an airplane icon.
Now we haven't seen. Hold on a second.
Do we need to get experience cards or something?
That's the thing I'm asking now.
I'm not looking to milk this thing.
All right, here's mine. Uh-oh.
What?
You should be ready.
What is this? Why is this here? Is this mine still, or did I need to pass this? I just used it last time.
You used it, but it's still you're ready.
Oh, right, we're in the thing. I can flip to Clint. Discard my bow to discard this obligation. Exhaust Clint. Remove this card from the game. At a certain point, you just discard the bow and get it back, and it's like whatever.
Yep.
I'll do that. I'll flip to Clint. Discard the bow. You get it back from your discard pile, yeah? Yeah.
I think so.
And discard this obligation. Okay, we probably won't
discard
see it. Yeah. We're almost there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna exhaust. That's for fools.
Oh, that was my bad card. So now it's back to the turn.
Yeah, okay.
This
take the first play.
Flies over here. Now I gotta think about my life.
Would you think about it? How are we gonna mess this up? That's really what we need to be asking, right?
Well, that amplify's gotta go. Ooh, we can exhaust the Milano to remove 3 from that.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be happening.
But then we're not doing it here.
I'm not a damage character, you know what I mean? Unless I get my stand cards, which I don't have.
I can take care of this without even thinking about it.
Well...
Unless you also can. I can at least remove 3 without thinking too much about it.
Well, so I can basically Milano play 2 cards to get to 3 thwart and remove it.
Okay.
And then I get to draw a card, which will let me do some other
That's
stuff.
nice, yeah, I like that.
Let's use Milano to remove 3. Amplify's crazy. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you can't have that.
Use 2.
With finesse? Dripping with it?
Just all the finesse.
It's that weird. It sounds like they hit like a hollow coconut and recorded it. It's like this reverb song. Super good.
I'm gonna play Clea.
Dripping with finesse. You don't think no chance? It's that. It's like that weird echoes. It kind of like a.
You said that was Bruno Mars?
Yeah. Bruno Mars, just the way you are.
I need to.
You watch Pitch Perfect, right? We've seen that?
Yeah. Have we seen that?
Man, talk about... Woo! Man.
Let's play...
You thought Star Wars sequels were bad.
Inconspicuous. Well, it didn't have a lot to... I'll remove 3 here.
It was a brilliant film, Zach.
The first one?
Yeah.
That didn't need a sequel?
It's wonderful.
Draw a card. All right. Then...
Truly a wonderful, wonderful movie. And then it just was... I mean, how can you even write a script that bad? Well... We know how.
You just don't write it.
I've seen it before.
I'm going to play Wiccan. So Clea will thwart in here, unless you need damage randomly.
No, I don't. Nobody needs damage. Are we going to milk experience here? Is that the idea?
I'm going to discard the top card of the encounter deck. For each boost icon, none.
Cool. Very good.
Thanks, Wiccan.
Very nice. Yeah, sometimes the witch magic doesn't work like
that. Oh, yeah, then I need to do something. I can either punch for 3 or move 3 threat.
It's like goat magic. Well, threat is the only way we can lose here.
All right, threat. Now you do the damage, Hawkeye.
All right. I'll check out what's in the quiver.
Anesthesia Cat Sam, Blues Brothers 2000.
I just love that electric arrow. That arrow does work. Electrocuting.
You smile every time you see that card.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It does everything I want to do, really. Okay, so we know that these things are happening. Where'd my bow go? Oh, I've got to go get the bow.
Oh, bow.
Bow. Sure. Discard this, get the bow, play the bow. Cool. How annoying. Then we're gonna roll up to party mode. All right, I gotta do that first. Get the bow, do the thing, and then get the quiver. First action, we are going to marksman the electric arrow to stun and do 3 to the main.
We are playing a control set.
It's a little control, isn't it? Now I do have 2s in here, so I might take a little risk here. I like a little risk here. Let's pitch 2, because I can always come back in if it doesn't pay off and do a cable arrow to draw. See, it got 2 2s. That's what we didn't want. So I'm going to have to do the thing that I really would rather not do. Which is really just going to be Ironheart's going to thwart for 1. And then Hawkeye's going to swing for 5 on the Badoon Warlord.
I got your 1 here.
And do 1 over there to that guy.
You got it. Okay. Cleared. End of round?
Yeah.
We back.
Consequential. Ding, 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 ding. Got a blocker.
All right.
File's done.
Start of the round. We're going to put 1 here. 4 on.
I don't want this card right now. We're like in the end game, right?
We're in the end game now.
Yeah. I don't need this combat training either.
Nope. He attempts to attack me and fails. It's done. He is attacking you. Do you want to block with your Ironheart?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't, unless you just want to block for me for once. Just to prove you can do it. No? Okay. Ironheart's
3, 4. There goes that cutoff card. Then we get to the bad cards, starting with me. Oops. Badoon Engineer.
There it is.
When he engages me, this happens. We each take 2 indirect damage.
Friends these days. Ooh, a Badoon Headhunter. Victory, too. That's what we're looking for right there,
That's who we wanted.
All right, you're done. Dead. You're dead meat, buddy. Your head is the one we're going to be hunting.
That's right.
In fact.
Indeed. Fact. This pass over to you. Good luck.
Awesome.
Love it.
Oh no, my I'm missing my I missed it. It's missing now.
What are we talking about?
Nothing, man, nothing. Oh wait, I might get it in here. Let's see what's. Oh, I need my gun. I need that little gun. That gun is killer. I mean, that's key to the build here.
It is really good, seemingly.
Electric arrows in the pocket. So we just really need to kill this guy as number 1.
The Headhunter? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Your mission, should you choose to accept.
Well, can you do 1 damage there?
Yeah, I have all sorts of 1
like
damage.
with Clear or something stupid like Wiccan or whatever.
Everyone does 1 damage here.
Because I feel like I should just keep Drang stunned.
That'd be good.
As much as possible.
Yeah. Between the 2 of us, he doesn't get to attack often.
Do you have any pheromones or anything that would stun?
No.
Okay, you're out of stuns. So let's... Marksman. And the gun discards, we agreed on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Electric arrow on Drang.
What's that do?
3 damage and a stun.
You love to see it. I might end up rolling down here.
Philip Rollin.
Where are those inside jokes?
Can you do any damage to the Badoon Headhunter right now with anything in your hand or anything fun like that?
No. Unfortunately, no.
Okay. We could maybe do this. If we did this, for this. I've got that Milano money. What's your turn looking like here?
It's looking like I'm going to remove some threat. I'm going to play some cards. I'm going to go down to Alter Ego because he's confused. I'm going to remove probably 5-ish threat.
Can you take care of that engineer?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So basically, I just need to kill this Headhunter. That's what we're looking at. Or I need to do at least, I can do 6 to him pretty easily.
Someone's saying your bow should be exhausted.
Yeah.
You just basically count Hawkeye as the other one.
I shot an arrow. I think that's the best I can do. I'm on all 6s, man. Unless we just don't stun Drang, and then I can just roll in on this Badoon Headhunter. I feel like we should keep him locked down.
I think locking him down is the key.
All right. 1 damage from you is going to be important. Let's stand the bow.
Just don't do it.
Vibranium arrow there for 6. Pow, pow, power wheels.
I'll let you add the tokens because it was your job.
2 there. And then I'm going to pitch 1 to do a lie in wait.
Have you used this yet?
I haven't. No, you can have it, or I can remove threat with it, whatever we want. Took a vibranium arrow. I've never seen a villain, a minion of such strength. That's me.
All right, let's take this turn slowly but surely. Let's use this. Play another hard to ignore.
Call me Shirley.
+1. Let's play a skilled investigator on you.
All right.
That's mine. +1.
Don't forget that's mine. Hold it close to your chest.
Let's punch here for 3. Let's punch here for 1. Discarding this.
Victory 2.
Do 1 damage here.
No way. Oh, cool. It's separate.
Yeah.
Wiccan's better than I thought.
I'm going to save Clea for a block for you. In case.
What a pal.
Let's go down to Jessica Drew. Let's look at the... No. Let's play Jessica Drew's apartment. Just use it. Search the top 5 cards of my deck for an aspect card. Put it in my hand. Shuffle my deck.
Apparently Wiccan's only when you thwart. According to the people.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is it just 1 damage you did?
Yeah.
All right, 1 up. Got it. Got him. Thank you, David.
Let's grab this. Shuffle these. They're all going to be in my hand soon. Let's use this. That's a hero resource. I can't do that. I'll use
This turn is garbage.
this to play on
Just kidding.
Flappable. And then I will pass.
You pay all that fancy stuff, but you're on all 3 on your motorcycle.
I'm on my motorcycle, but I get a big hand and I get an extra card next round. So, you know.
You don't need a block from me because he's stunned.
That's right. But I was saying in case you get a bad card attack. You know.
Good. Good.
Just got a Clea hanging out.
The contingencies. Okay. Done. All right. This is about what you're looking for here. These are all cards that I like. Ready for this thing to happen. 1.
Yep. 1 goes here.
2, 3, and 1 more.
Then these take care of both the things.
Yep, yep.
Then
Bad card, bad card.
starting with you.
Did we use the Milano that turn?
No, we were supposed to use it there.
All right, we'll remove 3.
That was part of my math. And then now it's ready again. Your bad card.
My bad card. Let's go. Uncertain loyalties. That's yours. Help yourself.
I'm going to put 3 thread on the main scheme.
Oh, man. What? We just removed that stuff.
It's okay. Trust me. Bad cards. Cannonade. Hinder 3, so it comes in with 6. It's got Amplify. Should have 7 total on it.
7 on it?
Mm-hmm. And then Bombardment comes in with 6.
What? Where did these guys come from?
And it charges us up after the first step of the villain phase.
I feel like we should just get out of here.
Now is the time. We got our experience. Bail.
Yeah. I played role-playing games before. Get the experience. Get out of there before the beholder comes back.
All right. That's the end of that. This passes over.
You become the first player. I'm going to start searching for an arrow.
Okay. If at any point looking at the top card of your deck is relevant, you let me know.
Okay. I got that vibranium, though.
I'm gonna
What's
use
up?
Jessica Drew's apartment to look at the top 5.
We got to search in our decks like we know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you stun or confuse Drang?
Probably.
You got those pheromones?
No. I was hoping that's what I would get.
It doesn't matter. I've got 10 in hand, I think. I mean, I have 100% 10 damage in hand.
Oh, we're just literally getting out
It's
of
just
here.
done, yeah, unless
Okay,
you're...
great. Then, in that case, let's get
Physical.
Agent Coulson in my hand.
Just setting it up for the slam dunk.
The Dunkarino.
Take it.
And damage doesn't carry over, we decided.
Apparently, that's what the folks said.
In that case, I won't recover.
Which is notably easier.
It is notably easier, agreed.
Better.
Well, I guess don't really
This
matter.
came out at a crazy time. Like, this would be a problem.
It really wouldn't be.
Oh, yeah?
I could clear it if I was so inclined.
I guess I could, too. I could help with that, too. I could do at least, like, 7.
Yeah. So I could remove, if I grab, no, that's still fine. So I could do 2. 13.
So we can remove 20 this turn. That's not bad.
But instead, we'll use these, play quick,
Yeah. Cool.
get a token. Play
Show me
Justice
your
card.
best play.
It's not necessarily the best, but it does the job. I'll pay 3 for... Nope. That was I need to play a protection card. Let's pay 1 for an Indomitable.
Strategy working for you?
Yeah, it's great. This turn particularly would be insane. Because if, let's say he weren't stunned and we were actually going to get attacked, I would never back down with basically 5, 6 defense and a cancel 1. At which point I'd remove 2 threat and draw a card.
Yeah. And stun.
And stun.
Huh.
Which would be a...
Man,
Sweet. And I have another energy barrier. So
when
then
you
2
get that
damage
stuff
back.
set up, man, it's awesome. And I do like the idea that you're setting up your board as you're getting the pluses along the way. So you build, but you also take care of now.
Yeah.
That's super good.
It's
very good.
Feels good. So I will swing for 2, 3. Should get shuffled back into the deck. So let's just queue them up.
Call it an action.
Swing for 3.
Vibranium arrow.
And then you can finish them off.
Got
All
him.
right. Before we get out of here,
We gotta
read
buy stuff?
The victory. Campaign log. Record.
Hawkeye felt really good, man.
Record 1 unit for each player.
Clean.
Number of units equal to the maximum experience over there, which is we got 3. So now we're at 4.
3 total. 4
Record
total.
1 unit if there are no minions in play.
There are no minions.
5. Record 1 unit for each player if the main scheme is on stage 1B.
It is.
So we get 6 experience.
6 experience. All right. It's a clean sweep.
That's the max experience level. So I'm going to hand you the stack of experience cards. And I'll probably add this card and then look at my deck in between now and then and just tighten it up on the deck builder online.
These are all good cards.
They are all. And 6 experience lets you get access to some of the heaters.
Brainstorm is really good with you.
What's it do?
Look at the top, name a card type, look at the top card of your deck. If it's of the name type, remove 3 threat from the main scheme. Place that card on the top or bottom, draw a card for 0.
That is really good.
A free 3 remover.
Because I alter ego, take a peek at it.
I like this 2-cost targeting screen, exhaust, remove 2 threat from a scheme. That's really good. Just for me to bring some threat removal to the game. As is that mounted laser. Ooh, I like these. Ooh, I like these. I never got to do these. A mounted laser is some kind of unfortunate art, but I like these a lot.
Now, the ones that upgrade the Milano, I think we get back in the Milano on like the 3rd or 4th thing.
So they still work, but they just work better if you control the Milano, right? Is the idea
What
of
does it
these?
say?
Exhaust, do something, 3 instead if you control the Milano?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just buyer beware.
Alright, if you control, you won't damage your identity. Yeah, don't need that. Tough. Defy danger. Take 1 damage.
Pass it around.
Don't need that. Ready a friendly, don't need that. Wait, ready a friendly character, so that could be Hawkeye as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Contingency. Discard the top for each different resource. No. And Defiance. When you take any amount of damage, prevent 2, draw a card. No. Discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Reduce. No. Exhaust. Remove 1. No. Well, no. Heavy cannon. Deal 1 damage to each enemy. No, I don't need that. 3 characters. Whoa, triple threat. Yikes. Size 7s are, those are huge.
I'm gonna take this back.
Take 2 damage. Remove 5 threat from a scheme. That's not for me. Damage. Prevent 1 of that damage. 2 if you control the mono. That's interesting. That's a good long term. Card from your hand. Draw a card. Ooh, yes. That's good. Power Unleashed. Tried and true. To an enemy and confuse it. Confuse your hero. Now that's interesting.
If you're never thwarting,
I never do thwart. Got arrows for that.
it's not. Are those thwart arrows though? Do the arrows say thwart?
Oh, definitely.
We thought we found a way around it. We did not.
So I'm just going to take a big 6er.
All right.
And
which one is?
I think I'm going to take the targeting screen. Remove 2 threat every turn. Or I could do 2 damage every turn. But I feel okay on damage. Or I can prevent 1 damage to an identity every turn. For 0, which is like notably on the curve. If 0 isn't on your curve, something has gone horribly wrong.
Wing it is interesting.
Do we get to save experience?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Because there's the 7s or something that you can't even get.
I don't really want to manage that. I'm gonna do a targeting screen. It's just so much value. It's like a beat cop on absolute steroids. It's absolutely crazy to me.
Knee sleeve.
Yeah.
There you go.
And did you get that card that you said was yours back?
Yeah. I snapped it. So safeguard's generically good. Give 2 friendly characters tough. Draw a card.
It is generically quite good. Don't sleep on these either.
If you have tough, does it trigger the things that when you block and don't take damage? Or when you're defending?
Yeah. You still defend. Or does it cancel the attack?
That's why we need to
You're still defending, right? When you would take damage, reduce all damage, right? It doesn't say cancel the attack, surely.
Ardent Resolve is probably the card I'm going to get. Ready a character and draw 1. When I have this
you just
3 or
ready
4 tokens, it's like...
Yeah. The question is, Bob. What's the question? Do you take, what is it? It's one of those rules questions.
If you have tough and the villain attacks you and you don't like block, does that count as defending for cards like Unflappable and not taking damage? Igor's saying only if you exhaust or defend.
If you actively defend, then yes.
Not worth it.
The actually defend is now the new term that I'm not going to understand.
Mm-hmm.
You need to actually defend either by exhausting to defend or playing a defense event. So basically, if you take damage randomly and it's prevented by tough, that doesn't trigger the defense cards, obviously. You have to actively defend. So, and I think the way that it works is like, you have a villain. Let's say the villain attacks me. If you play a defense card that can be played in this scenario, the villain is now attacking you. You become the defender.
But if I play the defense card and don't exhaust, am I defending it?
Yes. Because you played a defense event. And apparently you can't ping pong it back and forth.
Interesting.
Once you become the defender from playing the card that you're locked in, you're now defending the attack. Nobody can now defend it from you.
Triple threat?
Yeah, pretty good, right? But you remove it from the game, so what's the point?
Grand strategy? But do you get it back the next session?
I don't know, you remove it from the game, you know?
But that just means it doesn't go to the discard pile for you to keep.
Or it means that the game of Marvel Champions, it is no longer in. Which means it can't go back in the deck if it's not in the game, right?
Grand strategy is crazy.
Yeah.
A fresh new hand?
A fresh new hand. I love Hawkeye, I think.
Yeah. Of course you do.
Clint, shoot those arrows, man. You don't let them tell you who you are. You shoot your arrows. Oh, we should have... Oh, we did. We got this as a victory. Okay, you counted that. I assume.
Wait, who is...
Badoon Blitz?
Yeah,
Ballroom Blitz?
I need to grab that Badoon Hunter as well.
Yes, only to the specific game you are playing, you get it back for the next game in the campaign.
Like, Power Unleashed is also crazy. 0 for 5 and remove 5 threat.
Yeah. You could do better, though. Igor, remove from game, puts card in Carcassonne box. Well, that's what they told me to do. Remove from current game, I guess would be more accurate.
Okay. Well, I'm essentially down to...
Remove from scenario? Would that be better? I'm just spitballing here. Just trying to follow directions.
I might buy both of these cards. So I'm down to either Safeguard or Ardent Resolve. So
It's Ardent Resolve.
It's either 2 tough tokens in a card, or ready and draw a card.
I mean, ready's kind of equivalent to 2 tough tokens. You defend for you, you're ready, you defend for me, I don't know. You can't even do that.
I think tough is better.
Well, you can't do damage with tough. You can't remove threat with tough.
That's true.
And we're stunning all the time.
That's also true. All right, I'm going to go with Ardent Resolve because it looks awesome.
It looks great, yeah.
You have the Galaxy where anything should be black on anything, I love that.
Yeah, but black instead of black, it's actually infinite space.
Yeah, it's so cool.
That's a pretty niche taste, but I like it.
Then, I don't know. I'm going to look at the deck builder. I might end up taking Brainstorm as well. I have 6 experience.
They don't count towards your max hand size, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so throw it in there, baby.
But these are all they replace themselves. That's why they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably take it. We'll probably take
Brainstorm. You better, because you have the only alter ego ability that makes sense for.
But it's a hero action.
Well, start an alter ego, look at the top card, flip it up. You know how this
In general,
works.
though, if you take a chance to name a card type, to flip a card and remove 3 for free and draw a card, even if you miss, it's fine.
But you don't miss. You don't want to miss.
But it's okay.
Nobody wants to miss.
If you do miss.
What are you talking about?
I'm giving myself permission to miss.
Nobody wants to miss.
Hey,
all right, here we are, main shot. I always do that.
It's
I
like
love
that
it
Monica
so much.
scene.
I love it.
The turkey.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that? There's some moments, man. You seen the reunion or whatever?
No, we're on season. I need to see the seasons first.
You know what's crazy to me is that you're spending more time working through Friends
Yes,
than
I
watching
am.
the Taylor Swift documentary or the fullness
Way more time.
of the Bo Burnham special.
I've seen part of it. Now, to be fair,
You can't stop it in the middle, though. That's just like...
To be fair,
You may as well just throw it out the window at that point.
Friends is the perfect don't use your brain content.
Yeah.
So the thing is, when you're married,
You get in the habit of not using your brain.
right? No, if either person needs to not use their brain, you don't want to watch something serious. Although folklore has since become one of my wife's favorite things to listen to.
Well, here's the thing, man.
She thought it was gonna be really moody and sad. Folklore.
Yeah.
The album. So then the extended version with recording session, she was like, it's too heavy. I don't want to do that. And then she started listening to the album. She was like, this is way less heavy than I expected.
Yeah, well, I'm not suggesting things that are bad. I don't go through all this trouble to do bad things.
Did you see David Peterson's comment?
No. What's that? Yeah. Kind of like watching a few of the Marvel movies. That's right.
You're about to watch. You're gonna double your Marvel movie viewage soon.
But at least I'm not. At least the replacement effect isn't. So here's the thing. Yeah, I need to watch the Marvel movies, basically just so that I know what's going on in a good section of our hobby.
Okay. Yep.
Although not knowing is kind of a part of the character at this point, right?
I don't think it's harmful at this point. It's kind of funny.
When I draw myself on the whiteboard of what I'm supposed to be on stream, uninformed about Marvel movies is one of my key strengths.
Yeah, it's
for the act.
It's just all right there.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
and that allows us the clever back and forth of I'm sure that happened on the
Don't you remember this moment that you haven't
movie
seen?
5. Everybody laughs. He hasn't seen them and I've seen them all. So I don't want to get rid of that, but realistically, I don't think you told me the Captain America movies would change my life.
You think that...
Which I told you that both Taylor Swift and Bo Burnham Inside
will change your life.
Is life-changing, top-notch stuff. Now, Swift is obviously targeted, but Inside is like
you done with this?
The greatest look at the current state of the human condition, in my opinion.
Well, I am in the process of watching one.
That or Friends.
And the other is happening soon. We're almost done with Friends as well.
In the process, man.
We're almost done with Friends.
Okay.
So part of the problem is that Serena quotes The Office and Friends often, and I don't get half of her jokes.
Oh, you're around a lot of people like that.
So that's where we ultimately got to Friends.
Okay.
She would
like that.
Quote.
So it's deepening your relationship.
That's why we started it, yeah.
All right.
So
Well, you can get away with it then.
But as James says, the Captain America movies are so good. We are planning on watching those soon, Steve and I. So we're going to make that happen.
Like kind of a Independence Day kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
4th of July kind of thing.
America.
All right, everybody. Hey, have a good Monday or the rest of it. Have a good Tuesday. Tuesday's the weirdest one, honestly. It's not Monday. At least you feel like, maybe this is the week, And then Tuesday, you're like, it wasn't. And then Wednesday is like, it's almost halfway over. And then Thursday is like, Friday's in sight. And then Friday's like, woo.
Well, the 4-day stream schedule also makes it weird.
Yeah, for us.
Monday and Thursday are the beginning and ends. Tuesday and Wednesday are a little weird, but Wednesday's the downhill slope, right?
Yeah. Then you're on the other side of it.
Tuesday is like all the goodness of typical Tuesday, but with the weirdness of Wednesday currently, because the end of Tuesday is the middle of our week.
But we are playing Flesh and Blood on Tuesdays, so it's kind of like we get to be our best post-childhood adult selves.
Heard it here first.
You heard it here first. It's like it's going back to the binders. I'm 13 again, but I still am thinking better about things. So it's kind of
adult.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Well, on that note, have a great evening.
Have a great evening,
We'll see you
everybody.
in a couple weeks for more Marvel.
See you next time.